Welcome, everybody, to the Daytona 500 here from the European Sportsman Split 1. Of course, the usual compadres of myself and Craig, always with you, take you through the 500 miles of Daytona, the circuit. I think everybody, at least outside of America, knows it's Daytona. It's a big oval, and it goes left. Of course, Craig probably is a lot more versed in the Daytona 500 than I am. Craig, what are they going to need to watch out for?
Good evening. Sorry, everything's just gone very weird on my side. Good evening. Right, there we go. Fixed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Daytona. What a fantastic time it is. This is the first time we see the next gen cars. I apologize if I sound like I'm a robot at the moment, trying to sort out a couple things. But yes, welcome to Daytona. Next gen cars. The first time we see the next gen cars around here. Now that's going to be interesting because they have recently had an update. They had an update last week that fixed some of the slipstreaming, some of the draft packages on this car because there were issues, and now we do have a car that allows us to do what we want it to do. So there will be some side drafting. There will be a lot of drafting. Remember, this is restricted plate racing. You've never seen oval racing. This is restricted. They're restricted to a certain speed. Even with these next-gen cars, they are going to have to be in packed racing. You will see a lot of packed racing for this 3+ hours. Because when this is one of the crown jewels of the Major Series, that means one thing. Full length. 200 laps. In the pack, some of these cars were doing 47 seconds. 47 to 48 seconds in pack is what we're expecting to see a lap. Doesn't sound fast. It is fast, trust me. These cars are going to be going to the rickety edge. Right now, as I look around, we've got drivers doing literally almost 300 kilometers in a two-man route as they're getting the final little bits of practice out there at the moment. Promises, Rob, to be either very entertaining or one of those where, if it's anything like when I do the Daytona 500, strategic to the end, where they finally decide with 20 laps to go, we go racing.
Oh, they wake up and be like, oh, I need to race now. Yeah, I've seen that before. They call that hedging your bets in the business. At the very least, they're kind enough about it. But also another thing as well is, Craig, it's going to be a bit of an entertainment, this one. I did notify you. I thought at the start, an hour ago, we wouldn't have a lot of drivers out there. We currently have, I think, 40 drivers in the split. I think, if my maths are correct.
29, 30,
I just
31,
realized
32,
something
33,
as well.
34.
The Americans won't know what kilometers an hour is.
Yeah, 41 drivers we've got in the split at the moment, to give you an idea, if that helps.
And what's even worse is I have no way of changing the fact that it's kilometers an hour. So unfortunately, all of the Americans will have to be given, courtesy of myself, a formula to actually change from kilometers an hour to we use Bill Lance, by the way, saying we use freedom units.
Wasn't it divide by 5 multiplied by 8? Is that roughly the calculation?
I think that's roughly the calculation, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I know is roughly the number. By the way, one thing I want to say is, as you know, Major Series always has a charity. This event, the New Zealand Cancer Society, is the charity of choice. Fantastic that we're getting a lot of international flavour again. And New Zealand Charity Cancer Society, fantastic. Just any cancer society is fantastic. So one for your country is fantastic. All the money been going to that. We've had just under 400 signups. It is the biggest event Majors has ever had, with just under 400 signups. They have had more laps turned ever before with the Jewels this week. The Jewels have given the drivers a very interesting way of learning the car, learning the track. It almost feels like when it's Daytona 500 week in iRacing, you've got your A, B, and C open and fixed sessions that you go and drive. I know when it's Daytona week, I'm literally switching between a B fixed, an A fixed, a B open, and I'm switching in between them as I'm doing through the week when it's a super speedway. That's what they've had with the Jewels. They have had practice, and it has allowed us. That means that Brian Boomsma and Andy Morrill will be the two cars leading us off of this race. Then Daniel Bomkas, you're seeing Sean Brown on the second road. Hakon Schott, Edward Shelley behind that. Sam Swallow and Karen Myron, Gary Batten, Shane Norton. That's the top 10. A lot of names in this, as you can start to see the list going by. A lot of names in this. But for me, when we're talking Daytona and super speedways, you don't need to be at the front right away, if I'm brutally honest.
No. And what you don't need is a lap 1 accident that ruins your race. Because they only have one fast repair, and it's a lot of distance. Yeah, it's a number of laps. The limit is 5 hours. We won't get to that, of course, but it's 200 laps around Daytona. And oh dearie me, if my palpitations are correct, it's going to be an absolute blast, because we're going to see some absolute weapons out there unleashing their vehicles.
It's going to be good. Like I said, the first time we've seen the next gens, and also probably the first time these next gen cars have really been able to stretch their legs. Hence why it's one of the biggest events our Major Series has put on. Like I said, 41 cars. It's probably the biggest field that we've commentated on since the Nürburgring last year. Absolute weapon, as Sam said in the chat. If you like what you see on Raidillon TV, give us a like, because this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Brian Boomsma will lead them off. As he waits for the pace car, I am going to do something super cursed. We wait. The 23 of Boomsma ready with the 777 of Andy Morrow right behind him. The pace car will go in now. And Boomsma will lead them and hold them. He will hold them right to the start-finish line as we say, boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
That was the loudest I've ever heard a man go for some racing. 200 laps of Daytona 500 starting, and it starts now as everybody gets underway, and we do have a few things in the background, but that's all right. We have the main group of them. It's quiet. We survived turn 1.
Surviving turn 1, you can start to see some of those guys on the high side looking to get down below. 777 there of Andy Morrow looking like he wants to make him get behind. You got the 20 of Sean Brown right behind him, and you start to see that top line is getting the run. You see that there's nothing that Morrow could do. They get into the corner now, and now you see the issue. That's a little bit of bumpy. Don't want to be on the bumpy there by Brown. He just holds the gap, but we know the high line in the real world is the faster line. You can look at that push. Look at the push, and all of a sudden the 777, Morrow and Brown both go down. Beautiful move. They have left stranded, and I believe that is the 34 of Shelley. It is the 34 of Edward Shelley. That top lane has just gone, and you can start to see now that all of a sudden Brian Boomsma, he wants to try and push back up again. How far back that line is, that may not be the right play.
On board with the shouty boy that is Mr. Boomsma as he's getting shuffled around. My camera's not working. Ah! My camera's not working. No, my camera's not working.
Camera's not working, but Sean Brown, Boomsma, has been able to get back into the pack. He's got his NRG teammate of Edward Shelley right behind him, so that's going to help. And now, I think it's safe to say, we're in single file. And this does not surprise me.
No cautions.
This is one of the strategies.
Cautions. It's very weird for me to be saying this, but no cautions yet. As we are on board with Brad Walsh as he's shuffled to the outside here. It's actually going to be one of the things I'm noticing is that it's very shuffle your neighbor out kind of thing.
Yeah, it is going to be like that. There is a little bit of a code, unwritten code really, on the oval side sometimes. If you don't hold that bottom line and you do leave a little bit of space, somebody will go under it. But with the major series rules, there is no racing under the apron. Unlike the iRacing rules, of course, which is you can go under the apron, but you're not, the guy beside you is not entitled to let you back up. So it's going to be rules like that today, which doesn't actually matter. I think that's a good thing overall. As we just see more things, and you start to see that gap. You've got two gaps.
Yeah, you can actually see. I was about to say the mental two gaps, but look at this. They're all packed in like sardines, or one after the other. It's the car 77, then the 20, then the 487, then the 101, then the 62, then the 23, then the 34, and the 212, into the 395, then 60, then 79, the 058, 8, and the 92, and then the 14, the 46, and the 41, and then the 321 and the 88. It's just all one line. I mean, I had to take a breath in the middle of that. 3 seconds in the air
92.
for Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always do it
92
for Dale.
there. 92 for Paul Joseph Sliss. They're trying to get back up there, but that second train is just not there yet. You can see the gap is 2 seconds, and they're 3/10 slower than that pack. But that just expands and expands. Now, you're going to ask me, Rob, how do they catch back up? Well, not doing what they're doing right now.
They would have to leapfrog each other, yeah.
They would have to either leapfrog each other or right now. You see that with Alex Wiegert? Alex Wiegert's right on the bumper there of the 92 of Sliss. Now you need the 46 of Kluhov to come a little bit closer. And then behind him, Kenneth Reeder, just a little bit closer. Basically, you need to start having the group at the front. Push them forward. Even if it means the 92 gets a little bit of bumping on the back. You just need to group together, close the gaps between the cars, can help get speed go because there's no gaps there. Aerodynamic, that will get them closer. But again, losing 5/10, half a second this time. That pack from 15th backwards, they're losing the main pack right now.
Yeah, and you can just see it's all similar speeds. It's all around the magic 300 kilometers an hour mark, or for Americans playing at home, of around 185, 186 miles an hour. Unfortunately, we speak in the metric units. Unfortunately, we don't have freedom units. We didn't get our quota. Damn.
Our quota?
Yeah, we had a quota. We have a quota.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll explain to you later. But apart from the quota, here is a good quota. Yeah, moments of sheer terror. Exactly. Yeah, Rachel Williams there in the chat. And if you'd like to get in the chat, well, you can chat. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a like on the YouTubes. And join in with us as we analyze. It's all about the long run. Because there's no real cautions so far. It's all looking pedestrian. I'm used to seeing a Daytona 500 where it just explodes. And like this bang.
So am I.
All of it just goes bang, and then there's 190 laps of, oh wait, hang on, we need to actually repair the car.
Well, I mean, I'm used to it myself, and thankfully, the stewards from Major Series have put the foot down after what they saw at the duels. The duels were a little bit unclean. Rules had to be shapen up here. People had to sharpen up and buckle up and get better. They've done it. Been a good job overall by the stewards and by the drivers. Really good to just start enforcing and doing a little bit.
Sorry, just to interrupt you. Poor Clist, he got shuffled out. No, and this is what's going to be the most frightening thing. He can't move. He's stuck on the outside until he can get a gap, and there is none. Look around him. Cars front to back. He's basically getting shuffled to the rear of this line of cars. And it's not going to help them either because the gap is still going to increase. Now 4 seconds.
It's 4 seconds. And last lap, they were identical with that front pack. This lap, they're 2 to 3 tenths slower than that pack. And again, the little margins that you would normally think when you're road racing. If you're from the road, you think to yourself, 2 tenths, that's not too big. All of a sudden, this is huge. Those 2 tenths on something like this, it just goes. Again, 47.5 was the lead pack. 48.7 was the secondary pack because they were trying to catch up. That gap now, as Rob was saying, 4.5 seconds to the back of the main train. You see Sliss having a problem there. He cannot get by. And all of a sudden, this secondary pack, look at the gap there between the 88 of Jan Brony and the 40 of Brandon Kluger. That's starting to just spread out a little bit. So they've really got to just get together. They don't have any help in that lap car. That's Christoph Boris, because he is on the back of the lead train. He will be getting the lucky dog, hopefully, if he does not get involved in that wreck. Any wreck, sorry, not on wood. He goes a lap down, so do the couple other drivers there. Drivers already a couple laps down. Quite intrigued at that. Not sure why.
Some of them had issues. But not enough to throw out the caution. Unfortunately, Christoph Boris, I'm not sure what happened to him. He didn't take a fast repair, so obviously he had an incident that wasn't worth getting fast repair for. Good work. He can still pluck himself back up into the race. And he's gaining. And they do have 8 sets of tires, so if they're going at the current pace of not taking cautions, there could be spare tires. Could be some strategy involved. Remember,
spare tires.
It's spare tires. What do you mean?
This is Daytona. You don't eat the tires at Daytona. You will only take tires during a green flag pit stop because it takes the same time to do fuel as it does to take 4 sets of tires. You won't be seeing any tire changes unless it's green flag. Unless they've got the tires, but unless you really need them, there's no point. The only time you will take those tires if you're doing a full refuel. Well, that's what's going to happen here. You barely eat the tires up here.
I feel like chat is just going to laugh at me on my ignorance, because usually for me, the way that I see it is that you take tires when you have the chance, because if you get free tires, it's free tires. I mean, they can play with the strategy as well, because wouldn't you gain a lot of speed from it? And San H just confirms we are laughing.
No, you don't. You don't really get any difference in speed because you barely wear the tires on a super speedway. Now, with a different oval, yeah, we got to start talking about that, definitely. But around here, super speedways, don't need to worry about it. Even if you have a spin and you keep the car going, you're not really gonna. Your only time is if you have been going on them for quite a while, and then you're launching off on a green flag restart. That's the only time you've got to start worrying. But I cannot see that happening at the moment, if I'm brutally honest.
Looking on board, by the way, this is Andy Morel, the current race leader. He's got Sean Brown to his rear. And I dare say, not really any opportunities opening up. We're lap 12, we're already a tenth of the... No, correction, we're already 5% of the way through. It's quite tame right now. It's not... They keep saying, wait 20, 25 laps before anything starts really going up. Yeah, so we're waiting for that to start opening up. But as of right now, everybody's sort of just holding behind each other.
I'll tell you what's going on right now. Ever since they shuffled Swiss to the back of that second pack, they've been catching. They gained 7/10 last lap, and they are still pushing on now. A little bit of weaving everything, but the 46 there, Krufov, has really been pushing Weigert right ahead, and Kenneth Reeder been doing exactly what he needs to do right here. Be curious to see what the gap is now. It's currently 3.2 seconds as they cross the line. The lead pack were doing mid-47. What did this other pack do? It's got to be in the 47s if they want to keep catching. 47.9. It's not fast enough, but all of a sudden, that gap, we last looked at it, was what? 5-6 seconds. It's down to 3 seconds.
Yeah, but it's
so
it's 3 seconds to a group of 2 with Tom Guest and Brad Walsh.
But if they can get to those guys, that's another bit of slipstream. They can get around them. Don't forget also Boris right behind as well. They need to catch up. They could use that to their advantage, as these two, Guest and Walsh, have just fallen off, and Boris not able to get behind them to help them with the push there. You can see they are teammates, Walsh and Boris. You can see that there. Walsh and Boris currently teammates. I'm trying to remember who they are racing for. Grizzly TFR. I should know that from the livery. The Grizzly TFR boys pushing on. But you can see Weigert, Krufov, that other gap, that other group, they are starting to catch them. They are starting to make a nice little gap, and we're at lap 15. I think somebody was saying this is where the time during the duels, the impatience started to happen. We've only been racing for 12 minutes. This is where you've really just got to realise you're in it now for the long run. As the lead 10 start to shuffle more cars away. Just impressive this pace this front 10 are having right now.
Very clean. By the way, Sam Hayes says, this is the cleanest Eurosports D500 ever. Oh! As he says, the car 166 having sort of break away and go high. That is going to be Krzysztof Boris, and he's having to go up and take evasive action. Now, this is the cleanest, but it is also quite stuck because they are catching the group ahead of them, and the group ahead of them, so Tom Guest and Brad Walsh, are holding a 3-second gap, so they are closing the gap, and here we go. There's another bump from Krutov, sorry, keep murdering his name. Alex Rowdy Weigert getting his push from behind, and as he looks forward, he just sees the lead 10. It is actually lead 10. There's 10 cars in the lead pack. Look at them. Here we go. Look at them. Look at them go.
Starting to see it. Starting to see it. That's what they want to see. That's what they need to see. They need to start seeing that. I like Sam saying the package is awesome. I mean, everyone's getting ready for the Daytona 500. Robert Haynes has got some issues there. You can start to see he's just pulled to one side to let them by as they just stay high. Boris is disconnected from the servers. He's gone. Brad Walsh now. They need Weigert now trying to catch up to Holmer. Guest Walsh. This secondary pack. I keep thinking about it like it's like it's the peloton in cycling. That's how I always like looking at pack
Daniel
racing.
Holmer, by the way, he's still having issues. He's getting passed by this group now. They've had to actually go high. The rules have stated we're in driver's briefing. I wasn't actually in the driver's briefing this time, right? Was that the cars have to go high only if they're lapped. So Daniel Holmer is in his own right to defend his position if needed. However, look at the gap back there, Holmer. You're about to get eaten.
And he is going high, but hang on, where's that 80 of feet going? A little bit confusion of what these guys are doing. 14 to 14 slows down. They're going to sit behind. They're going to use this instead of taking the whole train up. And that's a good decision. Because if if Weger decided to go high there, then he's got to let Kudukov go. He's got to let Rieder go. And the issue is, the front three will know you're going high. The rest of them won't know, and you'll start to lose the pack. So let's work with another guy. Let's get these guys going. And then, if they feel they can't go with these guys, they can get to the front again. They've shown the pace. And we can talk how Weger led that group really well. But let's be brutally honest, a group pushing is only as good as the pusher. And the 46 there of Kudukov, that's the man that did most of the work there. Let's be brutally honest.
We're beating GSRC. No. We're beating the top split. Top split currently under caution, by the way, for anybody who is interested in hearing both sides of the coin. It is currently under caution. First caution of the day for GSRC at the top split of the Daytona in Euro Pros. Currently, our boy. Where is our boy? Where is Facaponte? He's fourth. Come on, Facaponte, you can do it.
Now, one thing I'm trying to remember. Yeah, one thing I'm trying to remember is I remember back when it was in the old Cup days. It was about 40 laps you could go on a full tank. I'm not sure what it is now. I don't think the fuel tanks have been changed. So someone can correct me there. But if we're going to go all the way here, we're looking at about 40 laps. But the problem is, if you're Andy Morrill, you're not going to be able to go 40 laps because you've been full throttle leading the way.
Yeah, and somebody else has been stealing your fuel lines, essentially. Yeah, because
exactly.
He's having to lead it. Sean Brand's probably in the hot seat right now, but Sean Brand probably wouldn't be in fourth because if it's 40 laps and you divide it by 5, I know he wants to be fifth. He wants to be where Sam Swallow is right now, because Sam Swallow will be in a permanent. If nothing else changed, and all that happened was the pit stops happened, because Andy Morrill has had to go full throttle consistently all the way through, and everybody else behind him has gotten the slipstream. If Sam Swallow in fifth, he'd be shuffled to the top, and if he's fuel saving, he could possibly only have to pit 4 times and then run to the end, like a mad dash to the end, of course. But the mats are starting to look. They're looking a bit spicy, a little bit spicy, yeah.
Math's already looking spicy, I know. Gonna be interesting. Remember, some guys, they like to drive in the packs differently. Some guys like myself, I like to feather the throttle. So sometimes I'll only be 80% throttle when I'm behind a guy just doing the pack. I like to be like that. Other guys, they like to drag the brakes. So they like to keep full throttle but drag the brakes. Ideally, in this situation, at start the race, I think feathering the throttle is just as important. Like I said, dragging the brakes is fun.
Just look, it's like two groups. It's like a school of fish. Like 2 schools of fish following each other. It's so bizarre. I've never seen it before, but the new package, seemingly, is doing very well because the cars can actually follow each other without having to, slide into the wall.
No need to put a giant wing on, like Joe Logano said back last year.
But they still have but they still have the massive wings. Like we're used to like having sophisticated, and I say sophisticated in a most sort of literal sense, more. Not to be facetious. It's more. It's like it's a piece of plastic and then glass. No, not glass. It's 2 pieces of plastic, and it's. It does generate downforce, but I mean, you might as well just stick your hand out the window and try and make.
But one thing I like about these next gen cars now, they're symmetrical. No wonder are they asymmetrical. If you drive the ARCA cars on the sim, you know what I'm talking about. It's the same with the other cars.
Yeah, they can't turn,
the old Cup
they can't
ones.
really turn right because of the way.
No. Yeah, because they're asymmetrical. They're not identical both sides.
Yeah.
This is designed to look like the old-fashioned win on a Sunday, right in the dealership on a Monday. Yeah. Which is fantastic. So really do love it. And also, I'm going to be the controversial one here. I really like that they allowed the car numbers to be moved forward on the cars.
I have no preference either. Like, I just feel like the car numbers are too massive. Do you not agree? Oh, sorry, just to interrupt, by the way. Second caution just about to be flying, I think. Is second caution flying? No, we just had a guy up in a wall, but no caution was waved. Fortunately, that was a massive accident on the Pro Series coming across the start-finish line. and they have the cameras pointed on. I think that is. I'm not sure who it is, but obviously a big amount of damage. Coming back though to the front with Mr. Brown, Mr. Sean Brown. How do you do, Mr. Brown? And really, it's all about lining up the shot, because if we do happen to have a green, I will actually tell you this right now. This is probably going to be the first time I've ever experienced in a broadcast race a green flag pit stop and no cautions, if it so happens to come to that way. Lap 26, by the way, just crossing.
I was going to say, you're lying. You're lying.
How am I lying?
Daytona 5 last year, we had 2 green flag pit stops to the end.
No, but at the start.
Okay, at the start. Okay, I take it back. I take it back.
Yeah, I distinctly remember our Daytona 500 last year was quite clean.
Yeah, but we were talking the 87 cars in tribute to Dale. So there was that about it. So
well, I mean, I would have said the 87 cars probably would have been caution fest, just simply because they don't have the benefits of the modern car. And actually, the modern car is actually quite nice. I do like I like the direction that NASCAR took with it, because you simplified it in one aspect, but you made it nicer in another aspect. I mean, far be it from me to say, I'm a huge fan of it. I'm more preferring of let's have all of these, let's have everything possible. But at the end of the day, it's looking nice.
Keep it simple, stupid, and that's what they've done here. Fantastic, even down to the safety aspect of single lug nuts, which I remember caused a huge debate on social media.
I don't get that. I don't get that. I really don't get that.
What? Not wanting single lugs?
Yeah, because it just makes things a hell of a lot easier.
Stock car. This is the argument. This is the social media argument for most people. This is no longer a stock car, because my car doesn't have single lug nuts. I'm not going to buy a car with single lug nut tires.
If that was the reason why they were not buying a car, I mean, I hate to be facetious, but I mean they're being a bit extra.
But this is the safety standpoint more than anything, just due to the fact of, you look at it, these lug nuts can hold more force than what the 6 lug nuts before could do. And those, you'd be getting racers at the end of a race. If you look at a NASCAR race and go to Podcast from NASCAR Fox, he would be telling you the drivers that got penalized for missing lug nuts. That's not to say they didn't put the lug nuts in. That's to say the lug nuts came loose due to the forces. These are the same ones, even better. That's on an F1 car. Yeah. So can you imagine the forces they've got to go under? They're fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the trackcams22.com, by the way, and thank you for trackcams22.com for giving us, or for allowing us to use these camera looks. Check them out, trackcams22.com. Very nice indeed. Look at that. But coming back to it. Look at me shilling. Coming back to the 6 versus 1. I would have said, out of abundance of caution, they should have had the one ages ago. If they lost lugness, they weren't torqued right and rushed. Yeah, exactly. Rachel coming in with the chat saying
exactly,
saying
yeah.
That. Yeah. And also, and as well as which, by the way, Vince Harley does just ever pit me to the post. Chat is always ahead of me in this one. I was
waiting, but we're having such a good conversation. I was waiting to see how this was going, because they have been catching Tom Guest and Brad Walsh, leading away, Eric Feek behind him as well, and they've just been going clear the way. All the leaders chew it, and they've been going really well. 4.8 now. They've literally, while we've been talking, I think they've gained 3 seconds.
Yeah,
that's how good it's been. I've been watching
in and around that, yeah.
Yeah. So the problem is going to be, can they catch up before the pit stops start? And that's the 60 of Eric Feek having a little bit of a slide there. Is he going to lose out here? Do you know what? He may lose. Homer going to just keep him there. That's fine. Eric Feek having a little bit of a moment touching or kissing the apron there on the backstretch. Yeah, I'm wondering, are they going to make this? Are they going to catch up before the green flag pit stops? Otherwise, that's going to be a lot of issues. Again, like I said, if anyone can correct me, I'm pretty sure we're looking at 40 laps on a pit stop. So we see, yeah, and Andrew Mick saying at one point they stopped, in NASCAR, they stopped policing the lug nuts. So they only do a couple lug nuts, and I remember that, which is why during the pandemic years, I didn't really hear a lot of penalising for the lug nuts, but you could get disqualified for a lug nut infringement. Such was the way. So it's health and safety.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at that point, if you're not policing the lug nuts, I mean, you might as well just not run the car, because I mean, what happens if a tire just goes flying? I mean, they've seen it. Look, Extreme E, which, you know, they're meant to be, you know, very ruggedly constructed, has a wheel just go whoop and fly off and go bye-bye. Yeah, if your tire is responsible for somebody getting killed, A, you're not going to live that down, and B, it's criminal charges, mate. I mean, come on.
Don't forget the Indy 500 a couple of seasons ago. The tire, I think it was Dave Scott's, what's his name? Tires? I can't remember his name at the top of the head. The local guy, his tire was not put on properly. Came out the pits, the wheel came off. He goes sliding. The wheel hits the screen. Well, it just misses the screen. Sorry, on the IndyCar, hits the nose, which could have been very crazy and very hard. So Tom Guest right now, as we've been watching this, we just keep talking. 40 to 45 laps, as Ron was saying. You are right, Tom Guest. That pack is now 2.5 away from Shane Norton. They have gained a second. I mean, don't get excited, but it's always nice. If you're in one of these races, you'll know what I'm talking about right now. You're in the back queue.
They're getting closer.
You're in the back queue after a green flag. After a green flag, you're in the back queue. You're a few seconds off, and you start pushing. And that thrill when you get somebody at the front, or you're helping somebody at the front, get back to the lead pack with pushes like this, just feels great. And now lap 33, 2.5 seconds now of the gap. I was saying, will they get there before the green flag pit stops? The answer is a resounding yes. That gap just continues to shrink. We're going to be having I don't even know. What are we going to be? We're going to be having a 20. We're going to have a 20 car front pack shortly when these guys get back to the front. What a run! And the question is, will Guest and Walsh, will they try and take the high side to try and get up to the front, or will they just be complacent and stay at the back, being we're close to green flag pit stops?
I don't think they would. I think if they sniff the opportunity, they're going to take it. Especially given the fact that it's going to be pit stop soon. They're going to want to take it, because I mean, who wouldn't? Like, if you're sitting in Tom Guest's seat right now, you'd want, as soon as you close that gap, and it's going to be 4 laps at the current pace. We're waiting now, actually, just for them to cross the line here. We're just going to see what their lap time was, or what lap time, excuse me, their lap time is, and that is going to be a 48.1 compared to what Norton did, was a 48.6. So again, 4 laps before they catch the group. But will it be quick enough to catch it before they have to make the pit stops? Now, Craig says
what does
yes.
the RGS say? What does the RGS say? We haven't used that in ages.
The Raidillon guest system makes a comeback, and the Raidillon guest system says no with an 80% probability.
Ooh, interesting. That's very interesting. We'll wait and see. I am going to be listening in shortly as well to the radios, become curious, because the rules are, well, not the rules, but the idea is if you're going to pit stop on green flag, you've got to go with people. Rule of thumb, at least 3 people. You can make a pack with 3 cars. So that's what they're thinking about right now. I'm going to be thinking in the next couple laps, I'm going to hear on the radio all of a sudden people going, what have you got left? When do you want to go? We're going to be hearing that. Some of the teams, they're all split up at the moment. I mean, when we're talking about split up, we've got an NRG driver in Tom Guest being pushed by a Grizzly TFR driver in Brad Walsh.
Uh-oh.
And right behind him.
Uh-oh, it's happening. It's happening. They're coming.
It is, isn't it?
They're coming.
It is. Look at it, though. Like I said, you've got an NRG guy getting pushed from a Grizzly TFR, and right behind him is an HW Racing. Everybody is working here. I don't think we're going to see teams going in together unless, actually, forget it, they're on the slipstream. Brad Walsh, Tom Guest, Eric B, Daniel Holman, give yourself a pat on the back, and even more, put Wager in there.
Here they go, here they go, here they go, here they go, here they go. Going high side now. That's going to be Tom Guest in the car 58 NRG. Going to start overtaking. Oh my goodness, they actually are.
No, there's only 3 of them. There's only 3 of them, look. There's only 3 of them.
They can still do it. They're still going.
They're still going. Holman did not go with them. So Guest, Walsh, and Feek are just going to do this on their own, and look at the speed! They are catching up right now, past the number 3 of Garen Batten. They're coming up to Karen Marin. This 3-car push is amazing! 306 kilometers an hour on the high side. They're doing it. They're getting past Martz Marin right now. Here comes Edward Shelley from MRG. There's Brian Boomsma. They're already up to the top 5. The 062 has Swallow. Look at this push. Fantastic push by these guys. They want the front. And look, now they've got some help as well. That is the 2-1-2 of Karen Marin coming up with them. Brilliant work here. Can they continue this? I think they can. Just hold on 1 second. There'll be some more pushing, well, not pushing, but more aero push. They're keeping high as they can to avoid the side draft. Past the 101, that's Hakan's shot. They're going to get past Daniel Blomqvist in a lap. They have literally gone all the way up to the front of the field. This 4-car pack is making moves.
Yeah, that is one big group of, oh dear lord, here they come. And here they come some more. That's Tom Guest in 4th, by the way, on the outside, being led by the group. He started, well, he sort of joined actually, I think, Tom Guest, and then sort of trying now to push to the front. He's got Hackenschut, Daniel Blomqvist, Sean Brown, and Andy Morell in the car number 77. Oh! He's broken away! He's broken away! Long live the king, as they would say. The car number 8 now leads. Brad Walsh has gone from 4 to 3.
They're going to get washed up. That's a team move. That's a team move. If it's not, I'm going to play it as drama. That's a team move. Look at the NRG boys, because that's where Tom Guest is. 2 cars behind him is his teammates, Swallow and Boomsma. That is a team order almost, and you can see 2-man pack now as Marin has docked in. That's going to be Brad Walsh and Eric Feek on their own, and the 777 has said he's pitting this lap. Is anybody going to go with him? The 777 in the lead, Andy Morrow. He's going to be coming in this lap. Does he have any help? If he has no help, that's going to be harsh. That is going to be harsh. They come around the back straight, through the NASCAR bus stop. Not through the NASCAR bus stop, of course, but through he goes. Is anybody gonna go with him? Let's keep an eye on this. 777.
777. Is he coming down? He is. He's coming down. But Sean Brown isn't. Sean Brown's staying on. Daniel Blomqvist staying on. We've got pitters, but they are not what we expected. Morel, Guest, coming down.
Yeah, he came in with Guest. It's only 2 of them. They got Gary Batten, though. Gary Batten's with them, but I did see a lot of tyre smoke from these guys hitting the brakes. Now, remember, full fuel. They can get in straight away, full away, get the tyres, get the Sunoco fuel. But here we go. A lot of talk now going on about who's going next. Who's coming in this time? I think the 95's been talking about it. Not entirely sure. We'll have a look. Sean Brown leads the pack. A couple of NRG boys with him as well. The 8th pitting. The 8 is pitting. Sean Brown. The 8, that is Brad Walsh, is going to be pitting. Who is going to be joining him this time? Get ready for the most beautiful thing ever. Welcome to the pack. Fan out. And just nobody fans out.
Only one person broke away.
That is not good.
Oh, wow. Crikey, that is going to be somebody in the apron. Ooh, dearie me. That is going to be a car coming out of the pits. I'm not sure who it was, but it came out of the pits, and the pack just sort of went by him and said hello. Car number 20, by the way, Sean Brown leading the pack. Car 47 of Daniel Blomqvist holding station behind. The 101, then the 60, then the 62, then the 23, the 34, into the 212, the 95, then the 79, into the 14, the 46, the 321, the 88, the 40, the 64, the 87, then into the 35, the 119 is overtaking number 8, and the 21 is being overtaken into the 84. Mark Day coming into the pits. They're all coming into the pits.
Waygart's coming into the pit. He's called. He's coming to the pit. The 20's into the pit. The 487's into the pit.
We've got another split.
And there is another split, but look at the pack. Everybody's coming in. The 20, the 47, the 487, the 60, the 107, the 95. There's chaos in the pits. Oh, it's a good thing that it's an invisible and it's not physical contact. There is the spinner. Fink's been spun from Marin. And I've got to say, I've got to call it how I see it. That's on Marin getting down into the pit box too early there.
Wait, who spun?
Shane Norton, Eric Feek, got spun in the pit lane. And he's still not in his pit box. He's still not in his pit box. And I'm sorry, I don't like calling it how I see it. That's on Karen Marin there. Came straight in. I don't know if you can get a replay on that.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Karen Marin coming into the pits, and he just makes the mistake there. He went down into the pit area way too early, and you'll start to see Feek coming down. And Feek, he had no idea.
Yeah. That's actually the first accident, more or less, of the race that we've witnessed. I think that's the first accident full stop.
It is. First accident we have seen this whole race.
Poor Feek. And he just didn't do himself any justice either. He had to reverse. I think he had to reverse all the way back behind his box. Hopefully he didn't get a black flag from that. But, yeah, not what you want to see. We'll come back live. Sam Swallow, Ryan Boomsma, and Edward Shelley are your lead cars. So that is one NRG still in the lead group. They are still not coming in. They are still out and about. And what's worse is that they're having to pass cars on the high side. That is going to be... no, sorry, that's two energy cars. Sorry, I forgot Brian Boomsma. Crikey. He's part of energy. So it's two energy cars still in this lead group. But they're going to be under severe threat if they don't make lickety split.
They're not pitting.
They're not pitting.
They're not pitting. Well, no, of course they're not pitting because they're on the back stretch. I do apologise. They're not pitting yet, but are they going to be pitting? They're now 41 seconds ahead of the lead pack of the de facto lead of Batten, Guest, Morrill, Brown, Vegert. They are behind there. Are these three guys going to come straight in?
Oh, there wasn't move. Sam Swallow trying to fake them out. Sam Swallow trying to fake them out. He's trying to make them make a mistake. It's now starting to spark a little bit. He's right on board with Boomsman. Does he make the move? No, he doesn't. He sees a group of four ahead of him. Then there's the group of another four cars in group. They're all back in tandem. The gap is now 42 seconds. It won't be enough to hold on. The pit stop itself from cone to cone was 34 seconds. But factor in the time that needs to be taken in as...
They're going. Look at the bump drop. Yeah, Shelley's pitting. Shelley's just caught it. And with Boomsma pitting, with Boomsma bumping Swallow, this is them saying they need to get a move on. And that's what they're doing. They've all called their pitting, bar Boomsma. In fact, Boomsma has caught it. Here they go.
Shelley almost ran into the back of his
close
teammate.
one. Yeah, but that's it. Now, I don't know where they're going to be coming out on this. That's going to be interesting to see where they come out, but they're all into the pits. Will they catch up to the lead? I think they'll get on the back of the lead group. Where is Tom Guest and the rest of them? They're in NASCAR 3. They're in NASCAR 3 and 4 right now. The lead group, Gary Batten currently leads from Tom Guest, Sean Brown, Alex Vega, Andy Morrill. That is your current top 5 when they come across the line to overtake the 3 that's just gone into the pits.
Yeah, so as of right now, in the pits is Boomsman, Shelley, and Swallow of the cars we need to focus on. Car number 3 in 4th position, leading this group right now is... Oh, sorry, that is going to be Boomsman already on the move.
That Boomsman already on the move. It is indeed. He's already on the move, but look at them. They're way. No idea what's happened there to Swallow. Don't tell me Swallow's got a slowdown. Do not tell me Swallow has a slowdown there. It's an invalid lap. It's an invalid lap. That's a speeding penalty for Swallow. What was his speed when he went into the pit lane? Did he not get down slow enough?
Another push. That is Boomsman actually ahead of the group. Just barely, though. Oh, no, they haven't got enough speed. They're going around the outside.
Yeah, but look at it. It's their teammates. The NRG boys have got the lead still, even still. And yes, that was Sam Swallow. He was 50 kilometers plus slower. Too fast, sorry, entering the pit lane. Definite slowdown there for Swallow. Eric Feek's in with this pack right now. He is a lap down, but he has to be battling with these guys. Otherwise, if he doesn't stay here, he's in trouble going more
now
up down.
They've merged into the group. One position too far back, though, because the boys ahead of them, where they should have been, if we look just 1 or 2 cars ahead of them, Alex Rowdy Wegert is the odd duckling, as is the car of Sean Brown, stack up car number 20. And it's energy, stack up, Logitech G, and then a melee between Energy Llama, the car number 77, that's going to be Morel, and then another stack up. So it is 2v4 right now for stack up versus Energy, but Energy putting on the rubber stamp and saying, oh, a little bit of contact there.
The 777! the 777 there of Morrill with, I think that was the 30...
The 34.
Shelley.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Shelley.
Oh, that's a little bit there. There is a gap in front. See, Morrill got shuffled out. And he's trying to get back onto the pitch. But there's nowhere for him to go, and he's just trying to catch that little side draft. Oh, every time he goes closer, I'm a little bit worried. And they're checking up. They're checking up because of that move. Does the 777 get in now? He does, but that could have been very, very scary right now.
By the way, just before we say anything else, thank you everybody for joining in. We're hoping that you're being entertained. If you are, like, let us know. We'd love to hear more comments from you, and we'll be sure to keep you up to speed as it goes. And this is on board with the car 777. Why do I keep saying the car 777? Don't put that, please. Don't.
Oh, we've got clips now, the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we do?
Clips.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Well, and you can. Andy Morell's going to have a jolly good old time because he's got movement forwards and backwards that he needs to worry about. Because if you look at this. This is on board with Garen Batten. Now he can't see it from this angle, but if I were to choose this angle, okay, wait, hang on. There we go. On board with Gary Batten, and we'll just go backwards a little bit. That's a lot of cars in his rearview mirror.
The 10 car pack again. It's a 11 car pack. Sorry, it's an 11 car pack. Make it 12 if you include Eric Feek there, who is a lap down. The rest of the drivers, ooh, well. How do I put it to you? You've got all these drivers, and Kenneth Reeder is 5 seconds behind with Brad Walsh, Shane Norton, Stefan Lagstedt. They are all looking to push right now. And I believe as well, who else do they have with them? Is it just these guys on their own? Yeah, this 4-car pack on their own is looking to catch up to the lead pack. And they're doing it, Rob. They're doing it. They're actually doing it. They were second faster last lap. This 4-car pack is doing it. Reeder, Welch, Norton, Lagerstedt. And yes, some of those guys are part of the Grizzly boys, the TFR guys. But what a push this is going to be from Brad Walsh if he can do this.
Just to say, by the way, wouldn't this be a big old, like, rubber stamp for the package itself? Because the fact that it's even possible for these guys to start catching up is a testament how good the package is.
It's a testament, but also it's a testament to the drivers knowing what they're doing. The only issue we've had is Marin spinning Feek in the pit lane. And also just there, Andy Morrill there having a little bit of a shaky moment, not knowing when clean, also coming a little bit too close. They're the only two issues we've had at the moment, knock on wood. We're 52 laps green since the start of the race. It's fantastic. If you have missed a start, you've not missed a lot. It has been green flag since start to finish. Well, since start to lap 52. 2 incidents to talk about, as I was just saying. Eric Feek spun in the pit lane by Karen Marin, and then also just a near accident a few laps ago when Andy Morrill came down and just caused a big checkup at the back of this front pack with Edward Shelley. And that's all you've missed so far. You're up to date.
Oh, why is the scoreboard not being rotated? Well, let me rotate it for you. Hang on. Alrighty, let's see now. We have the scoreboard. Yes, the scoreboard's alive. If we go down to the rest of the field, you can see now this is from 26 down. They are actually still in play. However, Patrick Nice in the car number Patrick Nice, where is he? Patrick Nice in the car 75 is quite a bit far back, and then the only retirement actually is so far is Boris. So Boris is the only car that's actually retired. So we've only had one retiree so far. By the way, we're still beating Majors, the Majors Pro series. They've had their third caution, but they just went back green flag racing, and they have had they're on lap 45 right now on the broadcast. We're on lap 54, so I'll wear that with a badge of honor. Great racing from the European Sportsman, showing the pros what for, and as well as which some great racing from the boys. Just putting on a good show. Now NRG ahead of them in Batten and Guest, car 3 and a car 58, or 058 in correction. Kind of would want Sean Brown and Alex Hurley to be shuffled down, because if you can just see in the top right of your screens, that's the car 34. No, sorry. It's not the car 23, correction. Brian Boomsma. I'm too far back for Mr. Shelley, who's actually been shuffled down. We did see what happened there. He got bit ropey with the car number 77 of Andy Morel, and we can actually just pull up their names here, and you can actually see sort of what's going on. There's a battle for 6th position between the two of them. Energy would probably like to have all the cars in one basket, and the way I say that is, if they have all the cars in the one basket, they can actually make very strategic plays once they have all 4 drivers all together, because they can essentially try to detach. If memory serves, it is possible to still detach fast enough and then start charging forward. If
I've seen it, it's not easy. And I'll tell you who is starting to attach to them, though. Kenneth Reeder, Brad Walsh, Shane Norton, and Stefan Langerstedt. They have just about caught onto the back of that pack. They're just getting into that slipstream range of Justin Klufhoff. But again, another 0.8 of an 0.8 of a second. They clawed back that last lap. These guys have been crazy. And they might just lift off a little bit now they're at the back. They may just want to stay on the back of that pack just to keep going. I doubt they'll be looking to make moves, and in fact they have. They're already losing a little bit of time there, and is that because of lap traffic? No, it is just because they are just losing a little bit of pace at the moment. Maybe the 95 of Shane Norton needs to get a little bit closer, but they're happy with where they are at the moment. They're in control to be able to get back to that pack, losing a little bit of time this time, but like I said, that's the lap cars effect there. You can see the lap cars are just in their way at the front. Still, though, it is still Gary. Oh, hang on. Just seeing a little bit of an issue here, because have you seen what I've seen at the front here? Paul Slist, Sam Swallow, lap cars, they're at the front of the pack. Now, the rules for Major Series is they have to go high, and they cannot go high. They're not going high. This is not good.
Yeah. Right now, that is the lead. Karen Batten, car number 3. We're looking at him right now. This is what he has to deal with in front. There he is. The 2 cars that are about to be lapped. Unfortunately, they're not fast enough to clear him. But convention says you should try and take the high side. Well, convention.
Well, the issue is Sam Swallow does not realize he's a lap car. So Sam Swallow doesn't realize he's a lap car.
Sam, was that Sam going up high, or was that?
He is going high. He is going high, but the 92 of Paul Sist hasn't. This is gonna. Oh no, we're going free. We're going free, guys. Keep your camera on this. This could be scary right now. The free's got by. Batten's got by.
Oh,
the rest of them, they're all bunched up. This is not going good. In the wall he goes. They're going to go 3 wide. The 58 and the 20s go 3 wide. Ooh. They're tapping for the 777. And they're still trying to hold on here. They're being a little bit tight. More 3 wide. 2 lanes of 3 wide. This is not looking good.
Contact.
Still, this for 4 wide. 4 wide, and they make it through. What is going on here? This is all a concertina effect, and I hate to call it, by the lap cars.
Lap cars, get out of the way. I'm racing here as everybody is screaming at the top of their lungs. Get out of the way, I'm racing. Mum, Dad, get the camera. As we can see, another set of 3 wide. That's the lap car. He's finally gone to the high line, but he needs to go to the super high line.
But the 92's at the low line. He's a lap car. The 062's the other lap car. They're having to go through a needle right here to get by the lap cars. What is going on right now? There's no communication. And I know the blue flag rules in iRacing, but they have been told the major series rules for this race, lap cars go high. Yes, in iRacing, you stay on your line. You do not have to change your line as a lap car on iRacing rules. That's not the rules for the race. Different rules, and they have not followed them.
Oh, that's the car 7. That's actually the car 777.
Oh, no! 487's in the wall! The 47, Blomqvist! Holds on to it! Touch at the barrier. Is that going to cause a caution? No! No caution. What on earth? No caution?
No caution. Who went off? 47? That's Blomqvist.
Blomqvist, yeah, the 487 Blomqvist. That was not enough to trigger a safety car.
All right, let's have a look. Looking up Blomqvist here. This is the red in color car, and here it goes. What happened? Did the car hit him?
Just contact.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, that was Yeah, I can tell you why there wasn't any caution.
Why?
Because he didn't come back up onto the racing line.
No, I know. I know. I just wanted you to explain it to everybody.
Why do I have to explain it? I'm not the NASCAR aficionado. You are.
You said, do you know why? And then you gave me the answer. I thought you set me up there.
Well, okay, okay. Well, yeah. I'll let you know. I'll let you buy this time, Mr. Gadget. This time. I think that was the car 34. I think that was indeed the car 34. That's the car 34 of Edward Shelley. He got loose and bang! Ejected Blomqvist out. Now, fortunately, Blomqvist did actually hold it. Yeah, he did actually hold it to his credit, but just not where he wanted to be today.
Not where he wanted to be at the moment. I'm just also keeping an eye right now. That looks to be the one. I'm just watching the 101 hacking shots here, just having a little bit of a moment with 92 Sam Swallow, that other lapped car.
Trying to get on the high side and get by. Car 77 on the inside. I think Hacken, Schultz, and Tom Guest need to file themselves in because that gap is closing behind them. Look who's coming.
Look who is coming. It's Tom Guest is making that run, and he's got Eric Fieke, who isn't a lap car. He's a lap car, but he is helping himself out right here. Because at the end of the day, Eric is racing the guys they've just lapped.
I think everybody's gotten very shaky right now. It's all gone shaky wakey. Tom Guest just started getting slingshot. Where did he come from? Whoa, he jumped up into fourth.
And Eric Fieke thought he could come down. He was not clear. Was not clear, but he manages to hold on. Almost came down, but good reaction there from 60? Eric. It is, yeah. Eric Fieke, the car 60.
Yeah, but he can't come down. He's a lapped car.
Oh.
He's in 31st.
Yeah, no, but he was kind of trying to come down. Yeah. But remember that four-man group that were catching the pack and then didn't catch the pack? They're 5 seconds behind now. Kenneth Reeder, Walsh, Norton, and Lagerstedt.
I think that was probably for the best because they can just set up and try again.
After what happened there with the lap cars,
yeah.
I think that was the right decision.
Yeah, that's the car number 41 in the American flag emboss. Is that how you call it? Embossment?
I don't know. Look at Karen Martin. Sorry.
Karen Martin on it. Oh, my crikey. He just took off. Karen Martin up in the 6th position. He's threatening 5th now. That's Brian Boomsma sort of trying to hold a low to mid line, but he can't. Oh, and there he is. He's out of steam.
That looks to me.
And he can't come back down. He's going to lose everything he's gained. No, and even more besides, unless he's careful.
Yeah. That looks to me like he had too much of a run, couldn't react in time to a checkup, and just came in. But he's still trying to come down behind Kruhoff. He does so with 65 laps green. 65 laps green. Let's just I'm not trying to curse it. Let's just wrap it under a ribbon for a moment. That's fantastic driving by these guys.
Yeah. It's unfortunate Cam didn't actually get to where he wanted to go. But at the very least, he is somewhere safe. He's in the group. Because it could have been much worse. It could have been shuffled all the way to the back. Which probably would have really ticked him off.
And that four-man group in P11 onwards, they're catching again.
Yeah, they took almost a second off on that last lap alone. I mean, if we try and get that camera on the back straight, come on, let me get that camera. No, that's not what I wanted. But
But yeah, there was. I was just saying with Vitali. Yeah. The issue there was, of course, that Eric Fiek's allowed to race with them because it's only the original that you lap a car, they have to go high. But now he's been lapped, he can stay here. And remember, he's battling Sam Swallow for the lucky dog spot. So Eric Fiek has to stay in this pack because if he goes to the back of this pack, he loses the lucky dog. So he's trying to hold on at the moment. It's a battle within a battle in a battle on a battlefield.
That's a lot of battles.
Yeah.
NRG making the move. NRG. Oh, stacked them stack up. I've seen it. Sean Brown doesn't. Oh no!
Oh, it's a weed! They've weaved him out the way. And he's in the wall. The 20's in the wall. He's held on to it. He's coming down again. This is going to be a little bit dicey. He is now held up to 34. The 34 of Alex Shelley's been held up. This whole back, this whole middle of the front pack has been gone down. The 14 of Vega is now leading them. The NRG boys are there. They've got a big gap at the moment. They're not in a line. You've got Tom Gass and Gary Batten at the front in 2 lanes. Here comes Eric Feek going by. And all of a sudden, let's just lift off a little bit. Let's keep it too wide. Lap 68 of 200. This is very close right now. The 777. A little bit loose there in the back of that second pack. Eric Feek looking like he wants to... Sean Brown, looking like he wants to make a move. Got a 0 at the end of it. I do apologise. He is now on his own at the front of that pack. Now, 34 of Shelley might want to go straight back in. He does. And all of a sudden, Sean Brown... Sayonara.
It is
to the back.
1, 2, 3. And the car 20. Oh, no, wait. That's a lapped car. Sorry, that's a car 34. Ooh. The energy is 1, 2, 3, not 4, simply because that's the car 34. He's lapped. He is to race. Oh!
No, he isn't. 34 is not a lap car.
I do apologize. I do apologize. My timing was incorrect. And now it is correct. There we go.
It is correct. Look at the 777. He's trying to get back down and he's unable to. He's been touched. We got a wreck in the middle of the backfield. And it's the 777 getting wrecked out there. And I could not see who else he caught in there. That looked to me like he caught a little bit there.
Lap 69. Unfortunately, it all happens. We will go ahead.
He took out the... Okay, he took out the 60. He took out the 60 there. The 60, of course, being Eric Feek, who was a lap car. Karen Marin turned him a little bit with a little bit of a touch. I think Justin Kruhoff got caught in that. He did. Sam Swallow got caught up in that. I think Kenneth Reeder managed to get away from it. He did. And I don't think anybody else got into that. Shane Norton had a little bit of damage. He got by it, though. He was okay to get by it. Now, I know there's another car also involved in that Sliss. Did Sliss get by that? I think he did get by that. He checked up. He got by it. A lot of damage there. Half of them were lapped cars. But it was still an incident that took out about 6 cars.
I just want to actually read... Who was the car that Andy Morrell had the initial contact with? That was a 212.
That was a 212. Marin, yeah.
Karen Martin, I think it just overcharged. Ooh.
Yeah. He tapped him. You don't do bump drafting like that. And that is such a shame. And do you know the horrible thing is while he wasn't directly hit, Eric Feek got spun by Karen Marin and his race is now over because of a crash caused by Marin. I don't like singling people out. But unfortunately, Marin just making a little bit of a mistake there, having a little tap and causing that spin.
So, race caution is going to be number 1. As of right now, we had 69 clean laps, and the cars are coming in for, hopefully, I think. No, sorry, one car actually did not come in. I can't catch him. Who was that did not come in?
That's Sam Swallow. I think that's the 062 of Swallow. Now, Swallow's going to try and take that lap back.
Without using a lucky dog.
But the thing is, Sam Swallow would have got the lucky dog.
Yeah, so why did he stay out? I don't get it.
Well, you can't pit yet, can he? Oh, no. iRacing rules, you can pit whenever now, because it's a super speedway. But he will have to go around, catch up the back, and then come in, because he cannot pit right away.
Oh, so we have Gary Batten, Tom. It's going to be the scoreboard's going to be a bit of a mess right now. But that is going to be...
Oh, no, sorry, I apologize. Michael Hogg got the lucky dog because Sam Swallow was in that accident.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so... it's a bit confusing, isn't it?
I like I said, we had to check exactly who was happening there. So that is... Yeah. But yeah, I think Tim's got it right there. He got a little bit loose there. I think Karen, he did get a little bit loose. Like I said, it's just a bit of unfair luck there for Feek getting taken out twice there by just incidents like that. You got to feel for Feek. You got to feel for a lot of these guys. They do get though a fast repair, so some of them will be able to crawl back to the pits, take that fast repair, and get back out. But again, one more incident, and you're going to be riding the luck of the aero package here, which we all know is questionable. Lap 70, though, Rob. Well, 71.
71,
wow.
down to 72.
And also, look who's in the front. Gary Batten's taken the lead at the pit stop.
Yeah, and we do have one thing, though. Edward Shelley, he's actually lost the group of the NRG. He's actually now having to go back through, if he can, go back through Hackenschutt and Karen Marn, who managed to pip him in the pits. They had shorter pit stops from cone to cone. So, Karen Martin looking to go high. The lights are off on the pace car. 1 lap to green. You line up on your respective sides in the pit road. Out on the way. Hang on, is the pit road closed? I assume the pit road is closed, but
pit road will be closed. I haven't looked at the pit road because I'm too busy looking. Let's just see if I can get pit lane quickly. Do I see a red light? I think I do see a red light there. So actually, I don't have a rear pit lane camera. That's a bit of a shame. Regardless, pace car will be coming in this time by, and the NRG boys are 1, 2, and 3, and then you've got the 34 of Edward Shelley in 6th. So the idea is, can those NRG boys get down quick enough to cause a single file? And then can they also look to make a little bit of a group to try and get by? Normal rules here, Rob, on super speedways, on restarts, is you go when it's green. You don't try and get a jump out here. If you try and get a jump out like you would do on a normal oval, you will catch yourself off. And you will lose the lead because everyone will group up and just go past you. So watch for Gary to take this when the flag goes green, as we wait now.
As you can see, cars are going by as they get ready, and the green flag will start them off. Car number 3, one of the quietest restarts I've heard in my entire life, but there they go, and the racing is underway once again. Gary Batten leading them off. And that is going to be Brian Boomsma being caught up by the car number 212 of Karen Marn. And the car number 34 is trying to shuffle his way through, but he can't. Unfortunately, he's got a car ahead of him. Car number 41, that's going to be Kenneth Reeder, exploding towards the front. NRG's plans have sort of collapsed.
Oh, that's why, and that's the issue. They try to get together to cause a little bit of a four-man queue. It did not work. They were not coordinated, and that caused a big split at the front at the start there. Now the 212 of Marin there got a push from Gary Norton there. He's trying to get through, but they're on their own. Here's a teammate, though, for Marin, though, right up there with them. And that looks to be... Who is that with him behind? That looks to be... Is that Ganjula Corgli? It is, the 19, Ganjuluka Corgli. Apologies for my pronunciation there. He's trying to now push up with these guys. This is very nail-biting. Cautions breed cautions. And at the moment, with a 2-line pack here, that is a little bit shaky on the top side. A little bit dicey right now. Now, are they going to be able to make a push on the top side? That's the next question. They are trying to make a push. The NRG boys are not making any pushes at the moment. That top line is going all the way. The 212 of Marin has the line. Is he going to leave Reeder out to hang and dry, or is he going to let his teammate Glenn Luca come down with him? Glenn Luca's got the skate. They're all free. They're going to go down. Great push there. Great push. And the NRG boys, they were happy enough to start in the lead. They were happy enough to lead the pack, but just not being together and not having that speed, all of a sudden they're getting shuffled out. Look at that. The 95 of Shane Norton looked like he wanted to go as well. He wanted to have a go as well, but unfortunately unable to get a push right there. 95 with Brad Walsh in the 8 behind him. Looks like they're trying to make a go here. They need the 88 behind them. They need Jan to come and help them with the push. Otherwise, the NRG boys here will try and get back to that pack of 3, because all of a sudden, that pack of 3 is traveling. Look at them. We talked about a group able to pull away. These 3 guys up ahead, they've done that so well. Look at it. Wow. That's a gap.
Now, it is going to be a big ask for the energy. It's a group of 4. They can do it, but they're on the inside. And they will have to catch up to the car number 19 of Jan Kurligli, as the car number 95 is still fighting to get ahead of the car number 3 of Karen Batten. I really do think that the plans that the NRG boys had has all sort of untethered right now. They're trying to tie it back together, trying to stitch it all back together. Humpty Dumpty sat in a wall, and Humpty Dumpty had a big fall. Unfortunately, it was Humpty Dumpty just got clobbered around the outside around 1-2 in NASCAR. I didn't think that would ever be a nursery rhyme, but there you go. Maybe some petrol head in America can make that one worse.
What? Oh, wait. We're doing nursery rhymes right now, are we?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough. But I'll tell you what, this group, the NRG, they're not catching. They're not catching. They're happy enough to have that gap, but that's a gap big enough for, say, the 95 to just go, I'm just going to go in front of you. That's the gap big enough for the 8 to push him and go, yeah, we'll go ahead. So at the moment, this big gap here, ahead of the 3 guys at front, Karen Marin, Kenneth Reeder, and Gianluca Collect, are all going ahead here. Now, I'm trying to remember what pace it is. Look at them. They're gone. They've just left him hang to dry. Reeder is on his own right now. Here comes the support, though. Look at the push that's about to happen up the high side. That is Karen Marin. That is Gianluca for Racing Turtles. They are pushing hard with the 95 for Shane Norton. Shane Norton representing the V-Apex Racing Group. And he does have Brad Walsh, the Grizzly TFR Spa driver, who's now ahead of his teammate Kenneth Reeder. All of a sudden, NRG's plan to lead at the start, it's gone. Absolutely gone.
Yeah, and
look at this right now.
Yeah, Jan Brony trying to... Oh, no, Jan Brony's actually... He's too late. He's really trying to shuffle back in. He's trying to not get swiped all the way back. But he is, unfortunately, unless he can actually come on down. And the NRG boys are pulling rank and are closing up. So Jan Brony has to clear all 4 of them, or he has to get behind all 4 of them. But you can't get behind all 4 of them, because there's no gap behind. So it is actually going to be exceptionally difficult for him. And I think he has actually just admitted defeat, because he's actually now lost Garen Batten and Tom Guest. He's now fighting Edward Shelley. And he's the only one. He is the only one on the outside right now.
Oh, it's so lonely on the outside, especially when the laps go by and you cannot get back in. And you start to see, there's the 101, there's the 3-2-1. Unfortunately, he's on his own at the moment. There goes Boomsma, there goes Schlott. He's got the 21 of Mike Gaunt, and he's going further back. It is. So it's a shame. It's a shame, but he's still with the lead pack. And really, we're not even halfway yet, so you don't need to be so aggressive at the moment. You're at the back of the lead pack. The lead pack's 15 cars. You're 3.5 seconds ahead of the second pack, led by, what a surprise, Alex Weigert, Thomas Peterson, Mark Day. I say what a surprise, not saying that, not Weigert, sorry. Peterson, Mark Day. Sorry, I thought Weigert for some reason was there. I wasn't going to say that, he's always at the back. It's more, he's just, he's on the lead of a pushing pack, but he hasn't at the moment, if you know what I mean.
I just, sorry, tried to speak and coughed. But, where's Udox, by the way?
Who?
Or not Udox, who were the other team that were, not TFR. TFR are doing well, though, but who was the other Unorthodox, where are they?
Oh, pass, that's a good point.
Because I just realized, because Mac Elder pinged me. I was thinking, you want to have a chat? And it's like, wait, hang on, where? He was cheering.
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah, where? He was cheering on the Unorthodox boys. Where are they? Where are the Unorthodox boys? Somebody in chat, let us know.
Well, Andy Morrell's there. Andy Morrell is there for the Unorthodox. The 777 is there. I did see a couple other Unorthodox drivers there. I think I saw Slist is there. They're the only 2 Unorthodox drivers I have seen out here today. But you look at the teams as well. We've still got no emission here again. We've got Grizzly TFR. We've got NRG Racing. HW is back as well. The Black Tree race crew is still here as well. It's nice to see. No omission. So some of the teams that we saw last year are still back here as well. No Apex. That's a shame. Apex, the Apex podcast, wasn't it?
Yeah, Apex podcast. Yeah.
Unfortunately, don't see that unless that's what V Apex has turned into. Then if it has, I apologise. I must be honest. Now, when I've been doing team racing recently, I've seen missing Apex, and I keep thinking, "Oh, it's those guys," and I realised it's not. Totally different team. So missing, Apexes and hitting them or not hitting them, kind of a trend in sim racing, isn't it?
What's the team name for Yang, Luca, and Karim?
Turtle. Racing Turtle. Sorry.
Racing Turtle.
Yeah. They do have as well Daniel White, who unfortunately...
Energy is the ex-Missed Apex podcast team. Ah, okay. So myself and Craig are two big dummies in the booth.
It's been too long. It's been too long. But hey, we did. There was another Racing Turtle driver, Daniel White, and I was like, where is he? And I just realised he's not here. Unfortunately, he's just disconnected. I think he had an accident earlier on and is now out the race. So that, unfortunately, is his race done. Leaders are coming to lap by more cars and the Racing Turtles. I mean, the tortoise or the hare, what was fastest? Well, in a race earlier, at the end of last year, it was the tortoise. And it's still the turtles continuing to lead here. And I don't know where I can go with this lead.
It kind of also painted the fact that I was very surprised at how the two of them, I think out of just a tip of the hat. Oh, and do you know what just happened in the majors in the pros?
Another caution?
No, they just had the exact same thing we had. Somebody in the pits got spun around.
Oh no! Green flag pit stops again. Yeah. It is the challenge. You've got to remember that for pit stops on iRacing in ovals, it is
the majority of the time
it's a live pit lane where contact is enabled.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot in road racing. So the moment you come out, the moment you're trying to enter the pits, there is still full contact. One of the reasons why the rules, and it's also, by the way, if you read the spawning code, it's also protestable to drive down the entirety of the pit boxes. It is a protestable thing. Yeah, it's a protestable offence. I have known people that have been slapped by it. It's just one of those things that you just have to, you can't do. You wouldn't do that in the real world. Why would you do that on a sim? Just because there's no air hoses or people pit, or cars parked there. So it's one of those things. And that's where usually a lot of the confusion happens with these wrecks, is because of people doing that.
Oh dear Lord! I just realised something. That group. That joined this one. They're about to get joined again. Thomas Peterson. If he can cut down his lap times, he's in the back there and he's leading about 8 and 9 cars himself.
He is indeed, and they're letting the lap cars go 4.5 seconds or 4.7 seconds. Sorry, behind. They're not pushing. The times are not going here. 48 flat by the lead groups. And the back of them doing 47.8. What is this group going to be doing? It has to be less than 48. This group here has to be. The number 9 of Thomas Peterson, the 43 of Mark Day. 83. And I have heard some words, but no caution at the moment. These guys have to be faster. They're matching times at the moment. They've got to be faster. I can't tell, but I think Miss Apex became NRG. I think chat's telling us now.
Yeah. Do you not? Yeah.
I know. I'm just making a joke because they're all saying it right now. I feel bad.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes it is hard to back for a poor soul in the booth, but it's easy to track it when you have Hack and Schultz in the middle of what seems to be a wave of people just sitting around, and it's actually, what is it, 15 cars? Yeah, a lead group of 15 cars. How in the world?
Great racing though. Like I said, like that one incident, there was a lot of commotion with the lap cars, but that one incident was just caused by a car getting loose on the top side. It's racing, but at the end of the day, this is just fantastic driving. We can applaud the package. We can also applaud the drivers. And Sam Swallow's calling a pit this lap because remember, he had to get a waiver round. So Sam Swallow did not get a chance to pit last time. He's still on the normal pit rotation. Sam Swallow's having to pit. So at the back of the whole field, he's going to go a lap down. He may even go 2 laps down if he's not careful.
It probably will be 2 laps down from my perspective. There's the scoreboard. There we go. And you can actually just see Swallow, car 062. He's in the pits. And he's going to have Stefan Wong pass him. And Solomonson, so he is definitely going to go another lap down.
I just said everything. I forgot to mute my microphone. That was very professional of me. No, he'll go. He was on the lead lap. He'll go a lap down. He doesn't have any help apart from a lap car. 2 cars are not going to be able to push. So that says a lot. Oh, it's all getting a little bit loose at the front of the field. Looks like the turtles there just having a little bit of a moment, and that just backed up a couple of the cars at the front. You start to see Kenneth Reeder just losing out to his teammate Brad Walters. The Racing Turtles, but I like to call them Turtles. I will apologise. I will get that right. I want to say it's Turtle Esports or something, but it's Racing Turtles in, let's be brutally honest, that fantastic looking livery. What a livery. I love it. Say what you want. That's just such a nice livery. And I don't know if you've seen the team logo for the Racing Turtles. They have a logo, and it's a turtle with Racing Turtles at the top, and then on the bottom, slow and steady. And I've just realised they're
What?
Their racing suits are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and their helmets are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, hang on a minute. There's no roll bar. Hang on a minute. Wait, hang on. Need to gyro. Oh, no. What'd be a good camera?
I don't know.
No, hang on. I need to look. I need to look. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they are. So we're on board with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. All that.
Donatello, wasn't it? Donatello was the one with the blue band, wasn't it? It's Donatello. Yeah. Raphael was the red one, wasn't it? So that is Clown Luca. I just realised that. And I thought that's fantastic.
I wonder if I can be very. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. There we go. Oh, they actually. Yeah, they actually did make a unique Teenage Ninja Turtle.
Oh, Leonardo was the blue one. That's it. Donatello was the purple one, wasn't he? I can't look. I turned 33 on Wednesday. Okay.
Almost as good as Nicolas Cage was supposed to be. Hey, Nicolas Cage was good.
Sean Campbell's good. Okay. Don't. Sean Campbell with the Nicolas Cage helmet is fantastic. And one driver not in the series that is also known for his helmet is James T. Armstrong. Not in the major series this season, I don't think, who drives with the Queen's head on his helmet. So there are some really good ones, but that's made my day. Just the entire suit. It's brilliant. Love it. More power to them as we're on lap 93. I can't believe that. I've just kind of lost it. I've kind of lost it now. That's fantastic.
Oh, Philip, let's go ahead and drive.
There are many things bad that I want to say, and as a monarchist, I will not say it. You can get away with it, but there are many things that I could say that might be funny, but I think I don't know if it's too soon or not. And thank you, Michael Joseph. He made the designs, some very well done art designs that really nice. I love it. I still can't get over it. It's beautiful. Hey, if Mike's watching this, Major Series needs to have a fashion contest at the end of the season, and I think these guys have won it. Speaking of winning it, is that the Grizzly guys trying to make a move. Is that Kenneth Reader and the 8 trying to make a
here
move?
they
And
go.
the block.
Oh my God.
A block! What a block from the Racing Turtles! It's not worked out for them though. They've kept on the high side. Maybe a questionable block there by the Turtles. They try to play it off well. It did not work. They will lose the lead. Kenneth Reader leads on lap 95. And look what's happening behind. The NRG boys want some action.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
now making a push. Wow.
All
of a sudden,
all four of them
that
are moving.
move. But they're not moving fast enough. Look behind. That's the 101. Look at the
Oh,
101.
and they've
The 101,
lost
the 3,
two
2, 1. They've
positions.
lost it. They've lost it. Hackenschott in the 101. He's onto that. The Bright Esports card. They push by. And is that the 21 I see there of Mike Gaunt?
Yeah, Mike Gaunt's on his
that-
way. It's
The
the Chiefs.
Hanson bros are coming
It's
in. It's
all-
almost coming together.
It's the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
The Hanson brothers racing have caught up. They're using the Bright Esports to push their way.
It's all gone wrong for the Energy boys. They're now down in 9th.
Not worked. It's not worked for them.
They're at
It
10th,
has
sorry.
not- It's not worked for them. Now you got to ask yourself, what will the Turtles do? What will the Turtles do here? Because
Back up to
they're now third. They're now third and fourth. Do they want to make this run again? Can I just say, what a run from Reader and Walsh there? Brilliant run from those guys, Kenneth Reader and Brad Walsh for the Grizzly TFR Spark guys. Fantastic there, and of course you've got Shane Norton as well. The Apex at the back there. He's doing his own thing. Kind of feels like what I would do. It kind of feels like what I would do in a Daytona. I've got no help. I'm just driving along. I'll find some help in the last 10 laps. At the moment, that might be the case here. And all of a sudden, hang on 1 second. Gianluca wants to make a move. Are they just shuffling? Yep, they are just shuffling. I thought for a moment Gianluca was going to make it. And hang on 1 second. Gee, want to make another move. Look at them. They're trying to make this move work. It's not working. Not working at all. What is going on right now with the NRG boys? That should be a push that should be working right now. 4 of them all together. And they're getting nowhere.
I'm just waiting for an accident to happen because that was the car 95. Sorry, I keep thinking it was 35, but it's the 95 almost actually getting caught up and clambered into.
One mistake,
58.
Rob. One mistake, and it's going to be a big one here. The
Oh,
NRG boys are
No,
all
the
together.
NRG boys better not be doing what I think they're doing. They're trying to do a 4-length push. It's not going to work. It's hard enough doing a bump drop with 2 cars. It's not going to happen with 3, and it's definitely not going to happen with 4.
Don't push the pusher. And if they want to hold a line, you've got that black line on the groove of the track on the track. Hold that line. If you're going to hold a line, hold that line. The others should be holding the apex. I'm not sure they are at the moment. But if they can just use that line as just a guide of where to hold. If the leader of this pack, Gary Batten, could just hold straight. And in his defense, he is holding that car straight. But the push is not happening. Now, there is a gap there. He's not going to be able to use it. Are they getting a push now? They're getting a push. Here they go. Gary Batten. No, can't get it. Cannot get going there. One mistake, though, Rob. And we could be looking at the big one. I say that again.
It's going to be very, very close.
I'm worried that there's going to be an accident. This is me right now in doing the Daytona. This is me going, I don't like this too wide. There's going to be a crash. That is me right now thinking about this. If I'm racing right now, my heart rate would be skyrocketing, thinking I have to get ready for a crash right now. It's not going to be good.
I would say, though, it is past the halfway mark because we only had the one caution.
Don't jinx it!
I'm jinxing it immediately. And I'm also kind of scared of the fact that Energy is still holding the upper line and are refusing to back down.
But they're not even moving.
Not moving. Somebody have an accident coming into the pits. That's not a lot of smoke.
Might be some tire lock there going in a bit too hot. But what's interesting is we've got 15 car front pack here, yet they're a little bit too wide. And then the next cars are Thomas Peterson, 10 seconds behind. They've been unable to catch up. That's a massive gap. Now the NRG boys make a move, though. They finally get to the Racing Turtles. It's been a slow burner, but they're now starting to make the push. And if they continue to make this push, they might be able to do something, but it's a 4-car push, not going so well. Is there going to be a side draft? Is there going to be a block here? I don't think there's going to be a block. Brad Walsh controls the fate of what's going to happen to the NRG boys, if I'm brutally honest here. Kenneth Reader, Brad Walsh, will they decide to go for a block here because the push is now starting? That is Garen Batten, sorry, not Gary Batten. But they get around to one of the bends on the track and they lose all momentum. Look at the momentum. And they got lap cars up ahead. And they're going to have to... Oh, this is going to be dicey. This is going to be very dicey, Rob. This is going to be very dicey.
Ooh,
Can they get in?
Oh!
It's going to be free wide on the banking. Everybody hold your lines. And this is why I prefer Daytona to Talladega. Because it's nice. Stay still, stay still. 2 of the NRG boys have gotten in. What the other 2 have not been able to. They're looking at it, and wow, they finally shuffle in. They could not get that.
And they've lost, and they've lost all the positions. They're now down in 11th. Look at this. That's not gone well.
That was the push that could have worked, and they were unable to make that push work. And that just goes to show you, they had a chance, and they were on that push for what, 5 laps. They couldn't get anywhere. The closest they got were P3, in the middle of P3 and P4. That push did not work at all, and they gotta rethink their things here, because if they need to do that at the end of the race, they're not gonna be able to get to the front. So they're gonna be rethinking that. Now remember, they pitted lap 70, Rob. 40 laps roughly.
Yeah, so they're coming up to it. Yeah.
Pit window at lap 104. I'm gonna say it right now. It's officially open. Ding. I don't have a ding.
Okay, reader. Very little fuel left. Box at the end of this lap.
No, he won't be boxing. Remember, you've had the Racing Turtles take some of the lead in this fuel stint.
That's very true.
You've had
I retract
the
my own soundbite. But I do actually see that the Turtles are actually holding position. And by the way, I've been keeping it on this camera simply because there's a sheer amount of action. It's all close. And we actually switched to what the Daytona 5 count. If I switch to the if I could, there we go. If I switch to the Daytona 500 track.
Oh, caution! 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 Caution!
Caution!
Caution! Caution! And the 92's gone. The 92's had an issue there. The 75. That was the 75 of Patrick Neese. Looked like he just clipped the apron. Oh, they tapped together there. They tapped together. And yeah. Oh, the 92. Did the 92? Anyway, the 92 and the 75 came together. Patrick Neese and the 75 lost control onto the apron. Hit the cars. And it did collect the car. It collected, I believe that was Andy Banfield. Yeah. Collected Andy Banfield.
And Clist, yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's not what you want in your... Oh, yeah, that's not what you want in your breakfast. Fortunately, a back marker just sideswiped each other. And actually, it came up right at the pit, like the sort of the pit window. So I think everybody's going to be happy that they can actually take some fuel. But unfortunately, it's not going to be a happy time for Mr. Clist, who has damage, and he's already used his fast repair. So I do think his race is over.
No. Well, no, the race isn't over. As long as that's not engine damage, you can keep getting that repairs. With how long it takes to get around the track here on a safety car, the pace car, sorry, you can dive into the pit, and if it's a minute of repairs, you could probably get 40 seconds of that done on one cycle. Then you could go around again, pit again, because you'll still be in the race. You'll be at the back of the pack. You might have a little bit of aero damage, but you've got all your repairs done. So he might be able to, providing it is not engine damage. But even still,
and I mean, let's have a look. We're having a look at the at the boys coming into their pits. And by the way, if you are seeing that the frame rate is a little bit off, Yeah, there's not much we can do. There's too many cars. But it's just the sheer number of cars, and they're coming in, and that's actually going to be Kenneth Reader out first. Yeah, Kenneth Reader's out first.
Kenneth Reader comes out first. You can see all the cars. I think the cars missed the box there. I think that's 777. Andy Morrell's missed his box there. He's had to do a little bit of a shuffle. He's now too far to the left, too far to the right. Oh no, Andy, it's all gone wrong. Andy Morrell, where has he gone? Still in the pit. Yeah. He's still in the pits. He finally got done, but yeah, that was very long. Now, Rob, let's be serious for a moment, because on the back of some of these cards here, you may have noticed the Hope logo on the back of some of the cars. Mikael Hagström in the number 11 has got it on him. Now, unfortunately, one of the drivers lost their baby child over the week after suffering critical injuries there. Michael Schultz lost their baby child, one of our drivers in the series, and we all know exactly how supportive this series is, and you can see them as well. You can see it there on that Ford number 34, that a lot of these drivers, not just in the Euro Sportsman and the Euro Pro, and I'm sure the International and the Americas as well, carrying that banner in support for the loss. So we do send our condolences there, and a rest in peace to Hope Elizabeth Wallace McFell Schultz there, who unfortunately lost their life after suffering injuries in their home in Auckland.
Yeah, we're going Pache, and rest in peace. Hopefully, our little corner of the world can breathe at least a sense of help in time of grieving, and hopefully the drivers themselves. And thank NRG, especially for flying the banners for Hope this race for the European Sportsmen, and of course we're always, as we have in the past, we still race for John, and now we race for the baby Hope, and hopefully family can take solace in the fact that we support them as we did with John's family at this difficult time. And unfortunately, while it has been it's been a difficult year for plenty of people, but hopefully we can, in the booth, provide entertainment, and hopefully we provide smiles and plenty of action, because we are coming back to it. We are coming back to race. And well, I am definitely providing entertainment, because I did something, and I may have just broken the overlay. But we're back running. Kenneth Reader, by the way, look at him going off there, leading the way with Karen Martin, and Brad Walsh trying to get into the melee as the Turtles. I still can't believe I'm saying that. The Turtles.
Racing Turtles, yeah.
But it's still so weird. It's like, oh, these are racing turtles. Oh, and they actually have dressed up as the turtles. Oh yeah, and the car, and they're all like glued in with the turtle. My brain.
And their logo is a turtle.
Yes.
It's. I must admit though, this is one of my favorite car design stuff, just in general. If my card paint designer is listening, I want that. I want something like that for our car. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, that start did not go well for the Grizzly Boys, Reader and Walsh, as they're on the high side. They will get the lead back, hopefully, but the Turtle, they were together. They were able to push together at the start of the race, and that's why they're in such a strong position right now. That caution did bring the pit window a bit forward, which means that these drivers are still going to have to pit 3 times, not 2 times. It's going to be 3 times. Unless somebody can really... It'd be a splash and dash, yeah, unless you can seriously go for fuel saving. Hey, look at the 95 all of a sudden. Shane Norton wants to help out the Grizzly Boys. See if he can get a push right here. I think he's realised the top side is very clean with how far forward they are, but he's got to be careful. He's not running with those guys. If the Grizzly Boys get down, then he's on his own. That is the risk he's willing to take. Is it going to happen? They're helping him, No, I just jinxed it. There goes 95. There goes Shane Norton. And to the back he goes. It's almost like, when somebody, when like somebody hits the drag chute on you and you just go backwards in the middle of the air or something. Yeah, that's what it just looked like to me.
Just to say, by the way, Ian Erasmus in the chat spitting facts because the Mustang is the best looking car. Don't at me.
Ooh.
You can't at me. I've already called my safety word. You can't at me. What? You think the Toyota's the better looking one?
Let's just say they're both better than the Chevy. Let's just agree to say they're better than the Chevy.
I think the Chevy looks better than the Toyota.
Welcome to Raidillon TV Civil War.
Yes, Civil War is breaking amongst the commentators as they disagree on what car looks best. Even to be honest, at a certain time it's like, oh, what the? Did I go back?
That's the Turtles doing another switch around while in the pack. I'm like, these guys are fantastic at pack racing. They practice that because they've been able to switch to positions in the middle of a pack while keeping their position. Like, sorry, that's it's one of those things that make you go, wow, that's a really good move.
You're about
and I can't believe
that. I think that makes you go,
I mean, I understand why they're doing it. They might feel that they need to, but up on the high side, Thomas Peterson, who for the last 30 laps has been trying to claw back a 9-second deficit, all of a sudden finds himself being pushed by the 43 of Mark Day, and right behind them, that looks to be like the 83 of Aaron Gehring, and all of a sudden, you've got a pack of 3 pushing forward, and I just realised something. Where are the NIG boys? Where?
oh, you just raised. Oh, they are down
In 14th.
In 11th. No, wait, 12th, 14th. Yeah, they are not doing too hot. Their calculations to make the move when they did, I think it was second. But oh dearie me, they really did have just the worst look of the draw because they couldn't do anything with what they had. And when they had it, they just had that caution, so kind of just usurped what they were thinking of. And now it's actually a team. It's a team of 3. What is that? Axon. Is that Axon? Is that what's on the front? Oh no! That's a caution. I think that's going to be a caution there. No, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a caution at the back. It's a caution at the back. It's Justin Krufov. Krufov got turned around by, it looks to be his own teammate. Daniel, that looks to be his own teammate just catching him. It's Sean Brown. Just caught him. A little bit of touching there.
And this is what happened here. And you can just see that is actually... Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, yeah. And... Bang. That's the car 777. I keep saying 777. It's the poor
car. Okay, I just need to say something.
Yeah.
And Sam T. Harper, please report to Raidillon TV. You have cursed this broadcast and cursed this race. Oh, it's been a fantastic race. It's insane, and it has been fantastic driving. There's only been one caution. Caution drops. I blame him. I tell him he jinxed it. He says, it'll be awful now. Reverse jinx. You just caused another caution, Sam. You just caused another caution.
Oh, he just did a literal jinx on us. That's not what you're saying.
You literally just ruined it.
We have to get the pitchforks out. Okay. Remember, this is the code. It's the code that we agreed to. Let's get the pitchforks out now.
I mean, I could always do what we've got in our team now. My team's probably listening to me as well. We've we developed a new system, Rob, where if you do something absolutely cursed or absolutely bad while with the team, we're not talking like crashing the car or anything, just humorous.
Oh, yeah.
The punishment is Ferrari fixed. And we all have to watch.
That's torture.
Yep. punishment.
I'm running away.
And I would tell you right now, right before the Daytona 24, one of my teammates posted the link from the tweet from last year saying about how the session will not go live. Because I forgot we were in 2022, I told people, yep, the session's not going live. When I realized, we all laughed and then realized that he just boomed me. To the point that we told him, you will be doing a Ferrari fix. He literally did it after the 24 was finished. No gaps, literally. 24 was finished. We recovered for about 20 minutes. He was still in the rig. He signed up for a Ferrari fix.
Oh, dear.
In his defense, he didn't race all morning. He went to sleep at like 5 o'clock in the morning, which was about, for like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, which would have been like 7 a.m. for him in Sweden, or 6, 7 a.m. in Sweden for him. So He didn't do any racing that morning, but he's been awake all that time. He went back to sleep. He missed his stint in the morning because he fell asleep, but we had people to cover it. It didn't matter. But yeah, he came back on and literally did a Ferrari fixed.
What a chance.
At Hungaroring. Yeah, it was at Hungaroring. So, yeah, I think that's what we got to get Sam to do now. I think Sam should do a Ferrari fixed, and I think he'll have to do another one because he said this is definitely the last caution. There'll be no more teammate-on-teammate contact. What about bump drafting, Sam? What about bump drafting? Another interesting thing, though, Rob, is they have not pitted this time by. They have not pitted this time. Some guys did pit, actually. Vegert, Boomsma, basically everybody from 13th down pitted. They still can't go to the end. That's going to put them at 85 laps to go. So if it was green flag all the way, they probably could. But with the top 12 being like this, under caution for so long, they probably could. I love the fuel battles right now. It's going to come to a fuel strategy. The next caution, if there is one, could decide things, or the next green flag pit stop could decide things. But the top 12 did not pit, which is interesting because in that top 12 is the 2 leaders from Grizzly, the 2 Racing Turtles, the Bright Esport, the Hanson brothers also did not pit, and that's it. The first of the pitters, Weigert. Behind him, the NRG drivers. And in fact, one of the NRG drivers is way away from the rest of his team. It's Edward Shelley. So this could be interesting. You've got 3 teams up ahead playing the game and hoping there's going to be a caution for them to get back on fuel formation, per se, or even strategy elsewhere. The rest are just hoping it's going to stay green till the rest of the race. Going to be going green, I think, now. We're going to be starting lap 117. Kenneth Reeder's going to try and make the jump and give it a lot of room for Brad Walsh. Then the Racing Turtles will slide in behind. That's the plan. The plan is looking to going... Yep, it's all going to plan.
I'm back at it again with the racing. Unfortunately, it's actually looking like NRG have run out of steam. I would have said it. Because they're
early days. Just saying, it's early days. I know what you mean, though, because if anything goes by how they tried to do that 4-man push earlier and they were unable to, I do wonder. But saying that, look at the run they've got right now at the top. Look at that run they've got. They're helping somebody else. I'm trying to see who that is they're helping. He's disappeared all of a sudden, but the NRG boys are trying to get to the front. But it's basically as fast as they can, and even if they are getting to the front, there's another queue just forming anyway. But to the NRG boys at the front, that is Sean Brown, Mark Day, and then that looks to be, is that Tom Guest with them? It is, it's Tom Guest and Brian Boomsma, and I believe they have Colin Marzoff in front of them, pushing Marzoff all the way. Can this little group get to the front?
Well, you tell me.
I was asking you. I was asking the audience.
I would say yes. Simply because if they keep it clean, I mean, and we've seen it before. Oh, well, I mean, they're keeping it clean, but they're kind of just separating out. They had a bit of a scare there coming across the line for lap 119. So it's all up in the air right now, because I think this is actually the first restart where it's actually kept 2 lanes.
Whoa! Is that the Turtles making a move? Sorry, that's the Turtles making a move. They've seen the top line is working, and they're going to lead the top line. Good little block hit. That is how you want to do the block. They've got the run. Racing Turtles are going to be right ahead there. And all of a sudden, you can start to see at the front, the 19 of Gianluca. I still can't pronounce it. I apologize. It's my regional accent. Gianluca at the front there. Karen Marin with him. They have the run. Are they going to get this? They're going to come down with... That is Michael Hagstrom. And Michael Hagstrom's going with them. And the NRG boys say, we don't like this. And they're going to keep up ahead. And now they want to make the push, but they're losing pace at the moment. Here comes the Grizzly boys on the bottom line. The top line should be faster. But those Grizzly boys are making it work. And now, on the backstretch, here come the NRG. The 2 NRGs, the 23 of Brian Boomsma, the 058 of Tom Guest. But they get into a corner and they lose all momentum.
As they come through. By the way, I did actually realize the green lanterns, as I call them, like they stick out far away. Look at them. For where Brownie is sitting, they stick out a long way. I'm surprised how far they stick out. And also, I'm also remember how is it 3 laps on the pace car for a caution? Because I keep thinking to myself, these cautions seem to appear. I think these cautions seem to appear and then they go away quite quickly. Oh wait, hang on, that's NRG. That's 2 of them.
They got the push working, haven't they? They finally got that push working. They want to take the lead of this race. But I'll be brutally honest with you, with the pace that the Turtles have had, they're going to have to fight for this. They've got a little pack with them right now. That is Brian Boomsma. That is Tom Guest. Right behind them is Mark Day and the 20 of Sean Brown. And I think behind Sean Brown is his teammate in the 40S, Brandon Kluger. So it's been 2 teams working together here. But all of a sudden, the NRG boys have gone, yeah, we'll take the lead. Yeah, don't need you. And all of a sudden, yeah, look at the Racing Turtles. And they're 3 wide. A little bit of a check up here. They're 3 wide, right behind the 2 lead packs here. Mark Day in the 43 is going to get cycled back. He's in the middle. He's all by himself. Can he get back into alignment? Because they're a little bit dicey at the moment. Please get back to a line. They're 2 wide, but I don't think he realizes they're 2 wide. I think he's trying to use the same draft. Did he realize he's 2 wide, Mark Day? Yeah, I think he has.
Well, he's going to go 2 wide again as Sean Brown gets shuffled to his rear.
And all of a sudden, what is Mark Day? Mark Day's got to run, but he needs to get back in line. Otherwise, those Grizzly boys. No. Is he expecting Sean Brown to give him another push? Look at this at the moment. You've got 2 NRG boys. You've got the 2 Racing Turtle. You've got Hagstrom on his own. He is racing for a team, I think. He is racing for Bright Esports. Different livery. Then you've got a couple other Bright Esports behind with the Grizzly TFR Spa boys. You've got team after team after team after team after team. This feels like, Rob, the old days of plate racing here, where it was literally grab a partner and go 2x2. That's what it feels like right now. You're probably too young to remember.
Yeah, I am. Oh, no, I remember 2v2.
Yeah, 2x2, but yeah. It wasn't a very good time for NASCAR.
No. I don't remember NASCAR. I didn't watch it when I was young.
No? I did when I was, I'd say young. Back in 2007, I think I started watching it because Juan Pablo Montoya just started. So that's how I started watching it.
I just kept watching Formula 1 because that was fun.
I watched Formula 1 at the same time, but if the TV gives you NASCAR for free, you take it.
Oh no, we didn't have that in my family. We didn't have it.
We had that. You had that for 5 years. We had that for about 4 or 5 years, and then it went to another subscription service. And, so unfortunately was unable to watch it. But when those contracts are up, NASCAR, if you could just give us a streaming service, please, we'd love you. What?
Would they really? Come on. Oh, Karki, that's the 43. Mark Day happened to avoid.
Oh, lap car! Sorry for getting my voice in. I thought they didn't realise the lap car was there. The 92. I didn't think they realised, but they did. And yeah, Mark Day. These two guys are making a bit of a push, aren't they? On their own. This is a very interesting push.
Trying to do the exact same thing that Boomsman guested. I think they were trying to, because they countered when they were forward, and they countered sorry, I thought it was Day and Brown. It was Brown and his teammate went and countered NRG. And now it seems that the car 20 of Brown and that is going to be Day. They've actually they have actually gotten to the front. And the car 20, and the car 21. No, that's the car 11 of Mikael Hagström. Just hung on for the ride. Oh, and he may have petered out.
Well, the no missions driver Mark Day there, managing to get the lead on his own, using Sean Brown to his help there. Sean Brown from HW Racing, and of course Hagström, which we know from the Bright Esports by Glacial, is holding on. Then the 40 right behind them on that high side. Brandon Kluger, of course, Sean Brown's teammate. Little bit of a check up down on the bottom, but that top three is unable to push. But look at the gap. These 7. I had to do a count there. These 7 cars. I've even done that wrong. Now it's 8 cars. Look at the push they're getting. They're trying to pull away from Kenneth Reeder and Brad Walsh. And look who's right behind Kenneth Reeder and Brad Walsh right now. It's another teammate. Zach Kruger, has come in, and they are now a 3-man team. So the NRG boys had to split up to get this to work. It's not going well for them. Sean Brown is looking for the push, and here come the Racing Turtles. They realize the top is faster. They're going to try and help here. They may lose out, but if they keep on pushing on lap 128, coming down to 129, they may get something here.
They are getting something. They're ahead. Car 20 of Sean Brown is actually in the lead right now by a long way. Oh, who cut down other than the car number 11? Car number 11 had the run, and he shuffled Sean Brown. He stabbed him in the back. The car number 11. Oh, that was spicy moves.
That feels like an official race move to me. There, just you pushed me up. I'm gonna let you go.
That honestly felt like a top 10 anime betrayal.
Oh, somebody's going to clip that with top 10 anime betrayal and just put that to clip. Remember, clips are now available on our broadcast. If you see anything you'd like to do a clip of, please feel free to. And of course, dump it in our Discord. A link, of course, underneath the video. That'd be fantastic to see. We'd love to see all the clips. I mean, I'm sure somebody did do the clip where I went absolutely crazy at the start of the race. Regardless, I think I might be going and looking into that because now YouTube's
you are definitely looking into that.
I will. You want me to just for the content? That's fair enough.
Do as you please. Do as you please.
Oh, do as I please. Oh, like in the old days when I used to Twitch clip everything just to get publicity.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why did we get in iRacing Twitch highlights videos? Oh, because of the the official iRacing Twitch highlights video. Remember when that was a thing?
Oh yeah. And then we got featured in not top 10. The recent not top 10
major series with the major series Iron Warrior Demolition Derby last season at the end of the season, making the not top 10 for the. I can't think about it without thinking about you absolutely losing it with laughter.
Yeah, the most entertaining way of doing a Demolition Derby.
and also, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people didn't realize at first. They were like, are they wrecking people on purpose? They didn't realize, the word said Demolition Derby, followed by, why is the commentator saying wreck the leader? Well, it's quite obvious why I'm saying wreck the leader.
Yeah, Demolition. It had Demolition Derby in the title, but today, there's actually not been any real demolition derby. It's all been quite well. When I say quite quiet, I mean it hasn't been a caution fest. It's actually you know, the cautions that we haven't had like the big one, you know.
Well, at 131. Now, what's interesting? Remember, some of these guys didn't take fuel. So we're lap 31
and if you're outside as well, and you have to take fuel. I'm looking right now. The camera's pointed at car number 20, but he's also around the turtles, and let me just paint the scene for you. If the turtles get stuck up there and they have to pit for fuel, and it's before this main group, they're going to be quite stuck, and that's a lap car. Ooh.
I'm trying to do my maths right now. We know that with the fuel is usually 40 to 45 laps, so long as you're the guy at the back. Now I'm just trying to think to myself right now. We're on lap 132. They want to be 4 more laps before the pit window, per se, is officially open to go to the end. But you have to give yourself some space if there's going to be a green-white-checkered. So there's a caution right now. People may go in and it may get them to the end. But if you want to be safe, you're looking at any caution from 3 laps onwards to the end of the race, and you can fuel to the end.
Yeah, and Stuart Elder pointing out as well, if you're leading a line, you use 10% more fuel.
Yeah, and to be fair, that is why that may be pretty helpful for the Racing Turtles, for the Grizzly TFRs, for the NRGs, that they're not leading anymore. Because here is, on his own, Mikael Hagström, just leading with nobody beside
leading
him.
A line as well. I mean, I would have included car number 19 in that. And Luca is leading a line right now.
Leading a line, but yeah, what can he do? It's not exactly sure, but you've got that. Bright Esports by Glacier in front by Michael Hagström. You've got a couple of Bright Esports guys behind. But all of a sudden, Rob, I see a bit of a gap brewing. This front pack of, let's call it, 12 cars managed to pull away from Hack and Shot, Stefan Langerstedt, Mason Marzok, Mike Gaunt. So that's the Handsome Bros and the Bright Esport drivers away from the pack here and having to push up. So if you are Hack and Shot, you're going to lose a bit more fuel because you're not in slipstream range anymore. So that's going to be a strategy as well. All of a sudden, everything's getting split up here. This has been, I agree with what everyone's saying. This has been fantastic. Like, I'm going to jinx it. We've had 3 cautions in a 200 lap race at Daytona. I know it's going to be a caution fest when we get to the final 50. I don't care. This has been fantastic. This has been fantastic driving right now by everybody. What a race so far.
The issue now comes down to, unfortunately, well, the turtles are moving. Oh, that's a lap car. Ooh.
I thought I was bad when doing super speedways. You're making me scared.
Yeah, I mean, here's NRG versus Turtles right now. We're on board with Karen as he's looking to his left. We see the NRG ahead of him. The problem is he's got plenty of issues to his left and to his front, but they are pushing ever so slightly.
Like Sam has said in the chat, this new package you can push really with 3 cars. You can even push right now with 2 cars thanks to the side drop. Look at what they're doing! They are heroes in a half shell, and look at the power they're putting down. They are really pushing onto this. They may be on the high side, but Luca Kleck, Karen Martin, they're trying to get past Mikael Hagström, and they're doing it. Mark Day has to go defensive, has to go attacking here. He has to now get on the back of Hagström, otherwise the Turtles are going to take the lead. And all of a sudden they have bunched up, and the Racing Turtles are slowing. They are side by side with the leaders. They are right side by side, but they're unable to get that lead again. But with just 2 people on their own, they can make a push. What are they feeding these guys? Because I want some. This is great. And now Hagström saying they need to push a bit. Hagstrom realizes the situation. Without clothing.
No, it's just the butt thing and he started sparring without clothing. No,
I thought that was a comment when I said they're in a half shell.
I mean, that is still a valid comment, yeah, without clothing. Turtles. I mean, they could theoretically be turtles and then just go turtles, but more turtles.
Like I said, did you see the video end of last year? They have like an annual competition between a hare and a tortoise, on a little 10-meter race, and the turtle wins because the hare does get distracted. We're not talking like the old story type, the old kindergarten or child nursery rhyme type thing. No, literally, it's been done in real life. The hare cannot beat the tortoise. These turtles are definitely fast. I can't believe. I mean, I should be laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, but it is true. And you can say slow and steady, but these guys have been all but slow and steady. They've been fast. They've been efficient. They've been tactical. Give it up for us, really. Just fantastic driving by these guys.
I will say that Erasmus is actually kind of correct. It is a house. So technically, the turtles are not wearing any clothes.
Here the rare racing turtles approach the track. Using their shells as their house, they set up camp for the day. For the next 3 hours, they will be racing. The turtles provide themselves teamwork, working together to help each other to the front. And if one falls behind, the other will come and pick them up. Slowly, the racing turtles will approach the front of the field, where they look to take the victory, proving once and for all, the tortoise is faster than the hare.
Ah, yes. Also, why would a tortoise? Why would the shell be like a caravan?
It's a car.
No.
Oh, mini caravan. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, let's talk about what they're living in. They're doing that push again, and there's no push on the inside with Hagstrom and Day. I think we could see in the back at the front here. He knows it. Hagstrom knows it. He's asking for help. He's not getting it. It's going to be too late. The turtles are going to take the lead again. Gianluca, it's going to lead on.
Gianluca,
Has he got it?
Oh no, he doesn't. He does not at the moment. And if Gianluca came down, I think Karen Martin would have a second anime betrayal on his hands, because Hagstrom is still. Oh, the line's starting to wobble, but he's still they're still holding it pretty well. Yeah,
no push.
The ultimate anime reversal of 2022. Oh, and
got it.
They got it.
Got
just
it.
about.
There was no push, but no push there. Hagstrom was asking for a push. He wanted to keep that lead. He knew that they needed to keep in the front. Apologies if you heard a knock there. He needed to get in the front. He could not. All of a sudden, Gianluca and Karim are leading away this race once again as we start lap 142. And I'm telling you right now, get ready for a pit stop. All I'm saying, get ready for a pit stop.
When?
And actually, they can't go to the end. They got to do another pit stop. I just realized that. My maths is dreadful. If they pit now, the turtles and Hagstrom have to pit again if they pit now.
Yeah, but
the rest of the...
hold on a second. What if they don't have to pit now? Because what lap was the caution on?
Caution was on lap 114. On lap 114, the front three did not pit that time. The guys behind them, though, the NRGs, they pitted.
Right. Okay. But I mean, could the people behind the top three that did not pit? Could they? Their current stint is. Oh wait, hang on, no wait. So Shane Norton, Kenneth Reader, Brad Walsh, Gianluca, Karen, and Mikael Hagstrom would all have to pit twice.
I think, though, at the same time that yes, sorry, you're right, and I think that Day, Boomsma, the NRG boys, You look elsewhere. Vega, Baton. I think that they can go with just one pit stop. I think.
Also, iRacing, what is the sky? The sky is cloudy, yet the sun's out. Don't try and replicate what Ireland is. God damn it.
No, they're representing what England does. Shut up.
Oh, here we go again. Ireland versus England shenanigans. But the one thing I will say is that the Turtles. I did just see what happened in the background. That group did join, didn't they? Yes, they did. Oh dearie me. Yeah. So while we were looking at the front, these guys all caught up to the rear of the 15, and we're already on board with Garen Batten, the revenge of the NRG, otherwise known as the Sith, is starting to. No, wait, hang on a minute.
That's a 24 car pack. That's a 24 car pack.
That glacial 3 on the top line looks mighty dangerous. Simply because they are now free to start pushing.
Yeah.
And,
the Bright Esports
and
guys.
guess who's on the inside? Down in 15th is Carnival 3.
Yeah, Gary Batten there, but the Bright Esports guys at the front, the 64 to 292, and at the 487 making their way. The 487 is Daniel Blomqvist, who, remember, he had that spin that did not pull a caution earlier on. You've got the 292 there of Alexander Olsson there. They've now got the 64 in front, Marcus Stromberg as well. I think the 321 is Stefan Langerstedt as well. It's there, the 101 on Hacken Slot. The 5 Bright guys are all there. 3 of them are on the high side. 2 of them are on the low side. The high side's the one that's pushing right now. And they're trying to push forward. They're trying to get ahead. They can get into the top 10. More power to them. Because this top at the moment, this front of the field is not moving. Everyone's just happy enough for the Turtles to lead them to pay dirt. Well, that's what they're doing at the moment. But the Bright Esports guys, they've had enough. And with Vegut in the front, the 64 of Stromberg is pushing him up the order. There's Sean Brown in P7. There's the NRG boys in 6th and 5th. Look at this run. And more Bright Esports drivers have joined them. Also, that looks like the 062. Is that the 062 I saw up ahead there? Yes, Sam Swallow, lap car. He's also helping them with this push. He's trying to get himself up ahead. All of a sudden, look at this front pack. They are going to get swallowed up by the Bright Esports as we're hitting 147, and we're halfway through 147.
And the 14 is about to pass the car number 19 of Ian Luke, and he has indeed. He's got ahead. He's now the lead. Can the 64 continue to push? Come on. Can they do what the NRG boys could not do? They're just about to start doing this. They're halfway through. Oh! Car 487 needs to clear them before they can be comfortable. And they do it.
They do, but they want to get.
But they're still pushing on the outside line. They're not filing in.
Team.
They're not.
Yeah, they want to get all their team. All of their team there.
Yeah, but that's the car 101 is still not clear of the Turtles yet. And then the NRG is trying to follow them.
This is madness. This is fantastic.
Oh, no.
I don't.
Here they come. Here they come. Here come the Turtles.
That line has gone on for too long. They try to get too many of the Bright Esports drivers going, and I don't think it's paid off for them. The Turtles are making a fight back. Mikael Hagström's with them, and he's gone into the pit. Hagström's gone on his own to the pits. That's not going to work for him.
The Turtles are trying to get it past.
Esports, look out, the 487 there. Daniel Blomqvist almost taking Marin down. They're touching. That's the lap car up there, touching. They're almost going 3 wide near the back in the middle of this field. They got to just hold on. A little bit of a bunch there. Now that could have caused a wreck, but that was all down to Bright Esports had to cut their losses. They had to cut their losses there. They wanted to get all 5 of them at the front. They had 3 of them. They should have kept the 3 there, and that just completely split everybody up. And the NRG boys now, they're on their own near the back of this pack as well. They're on the high side trying to use Sam Swallow, that lap car, as a pusher. Not going to happen. I did hear Patrick Neese going, are we going to pit? He is a lap down, so it does not matter. But these guys right now, 150 150. And all of a sudden, if the turtles can last 5 more laps, I reckon they can go to the end on 1 pit stop. Hold on, folks. This is getting fantastic. 150. Welcome to the witching hour. Because we're on the last 50 laps and this is all to play for. Now, Rob, we're going to see some too wide shenanigans.
And by rights, they would be. You can just see in the background the energy trying to set up again. Oh, wait a minute. The turtles are going in.
They're coming in. They're gonna have to splash and dash. They're gonna have to hope for a caution or something because they'll have to go again. Lap 50. Remember, we're looking at 40 to 45 laps. They're gonna have to go again. That is not good for the turtles. But what can they do? That's all they could do. And that is super tight on 45 laps. As was being said in the chat there, that is going to be super tight. What can they do? But this goes the energy, the Bright Esport guys. That gives them control of the pack now. And Marcus Stromberg will lead off this race for the first time. He started, Rob, in 18th place.
Oh, there's that
Now
car's ahead. Oh!
Caution!
No!
And then it's a lap cars! Lap cars are taking them out there! And they're in the wall! But that does not trigger a caution! That does not trigger a caution! Hackenschlott's the one that's gone down. They'll be forced to take a pit stop. I think as well that caught somebody else. Who was that? The 00, Gary Thomas. They'll have to take the pit stop because they did not come back up. That's no caution. Claimed another one. But we saw what his teammate, we saw what Blomqvist did. Anything can still happen. And you've got to think, if you're the Turtles, you would have been begging for that to be a caution right now.
But they're not going to get it.
No.
Daytona's... If you ever had to have an accident, Daytona probably wouldn't be one of the better tracks to have an accident. Simply because there's plenty of area for you to have your accident.
Okay. Here's the situation though, Rob. Look where the Turtles are right now. Look where the leaders are. The leaders are 5 seconds behind the Turtles. And none of them's pitting. The Turtles need a miracle right now. They can push. 2 of them can push on their own and get somewhere. Not going to help. 3 seconds up the road is they are on the backstretch right now.
22nd. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
Pit stops are already happening though, by the way. Norton, Reeder, Walsh, Gaunt coming in, Colin Malzoff coming in. So people are now starting to make moves. We said the pit window would be starting to come open. And here it is. Some of these drivers pitting right now will have to take a splash and dash. Not what they want at the moment. Meanwhile, the guys at the front, Stromberg, Wiegert, Olsen, Blomqvist, Day.
Still going.
They can go. They can still go.
Yeah. By the way, Stefan Lagerstedt, he definitely needs to start thinking about a pit box sometime soon. This is his 50th lap on his current stint, and he's in his pack.
Remember as well, cautions. Remember cautions.
Yeah, but what happens if we go green to the end? I mean, to be honest, I really am arguing. I would argue at this point there's a high enough probability that they will go green to the end.
Will anybody come into the pits this time by? Like I said, if you pit now, it's going to be squeaky bum time if you make it to the end. And it would have to be a green flag finish with no green-white checker. We would not go to overtime. Will anybody dive into the pits now? That's the question. I do see one going in. That looks to be one of these Bright Esports guys.
That might be Lagerstedt if it is. No, it is Lagerstedt.
It is.
Yeah.
It's Lagerstedt. So, another one falls to the horrors of the fuel tank. The horrors of the fuel tank. What am I saying? You get the idea. All of a sudden, Bright Esports are leading this. And they are going to catch up to, look at that, that's the Handsome brothers in front. Gaunt and Malsoff with Brad Walsh with them. They're not catching. By the way, you know the Turtles, they've got help. They got Justin Kruphoff with them. They've now got a free car pack. They're pushing past. They're trying to get away from the lead. The Turtles are doing it. They're actually extending this gap. While the lead pack is unable to do anything right now.
Where are they?
Watch that. That is going to be fantastic.
Where did the Turtles go? Oh, there they are.
You can. This is.
No, that's not the Turtles.
Beautiful.
That's not the Turtles. There's the Turtles. Now,
all of a sudden,
yeah, that gap is extending. They are closing down. Yeah.
I can't. That's just like it's this beautiful work here. But you got the Hanson brothers. The Hanson brothers will have to go high here as their lap cars. They're going high. Oh, but there is a debate over the radio. There's a debate over the radios and more people going into the pit. Krufoff's going into the pit, so that gives the Turtles no help at the moment. They're going to have to use Stefan Lagerstedt and Jan Brony to help them, and Paul Sliss as well. But the Turtles are pushing forward. And I got to be brutally honest, just keep an eye out here for the leaders, because there's going to be an issue when they get past these lap cars. There's a little bit of discussion over the radio.
The two Chiefs are being pushed up to the top because the lead group is just pressing ahead. That's Marcus Stromberg in P1 there, car number 64. And I think that is the car number 8 is a lapped car. Yeah,
they are lapped car. Well, they're technically on the same fuel strategy. They just pitted early. So while they are lap cars, while they are technically fighting, they are technically also lap cars in this scenario. And the best thing for them is to stay there, which, it's a bit hard. And now they're going to be held up themselves by another lap car. They're going to go a little bit. Thread the needle does the 21. That was a bit of a thread the needle. They're now going to thread the needle on the 60 of Eric Feet. Can they do it this time? Yep, that's threading the needle. That's threading the needle a little bit of interpretation. Where are the Turtles? Because this is just a fantastic story. Where are the Turtles? They are, I don't even know how far away they are now, but they are doing 2 to 4 tenth laps faster than the lead pack. All of a sudden, they're doing it. Wow.
I think the main quote that can be taken away from
Energy Boys are pinning.
Oh,
the Energy
the breakaway
boys
is happening. Energy and Marcus Glacial. Will they make it? Car number 48 having a bit of a wobble there.
Oh! And now Hagstrom knows this. Hagstrom knows he's on his own with other people. He wants them to push once again. And I love it when he gets on the radio saying push, push. It's fantastic. Hagstrom leads everybody now on his own. I'd say on his own.
Yeah. It's the two cars. The one car that's actually up in the lead right now is Brown, actually.
Yep.
Brown.
I think
Brown and Kluge. Brandon Kluge. Where did he come from?
Pit stops, my friend. Pit stop. These guys are still yet to pit. And if they were to pit now, these guys would go to the end.
There goes Kluge. And Brown.
Right. So we know the Turtles cannot go to the end. But they're in a fantastic position if there's a caution. They are the ones that have to splash and dash. And in fact, look at where the Turtles are, Roman. Look where everybody else is. The Turtles are pushing everybody. Out of nowhere, the lead pack that pitted have just been the Turtles on their own has kept the lead. A two-man pushing forwards using others and lap cars has kept the lead, pitting by themselves. Pinch me if this isn't true, as I keep hitting myself on the leg right now. What on earth? They've actually done it!
Jan Luca and Karim now lead, and they are just 3 tenths ahead of Stefan Lagerstedt. And Lagerstedt has one lapped car and a car number 88 ahead of him, so you'll have to clear him before he's able to do anything. And not only that, they'll have to clear another set of cars. So, with 40 laps to go, this is it. It is now time for the team that we didn't talk about. The Glacials need to form up and start moving, but they're all splintered, as are the team that we thought were going to make the move of NRG. Brian Boesma is all on his own. His teammates are no longer there. Everybody but the two Turtles are together.
No one's going to be worried about the Turtles, though. No one's going to be worried about Glenn, Luca, and Karen, because they have to pit again. They pitted lap 150. They pitted lap 150. They cannot go to the end. No way can you do 50 laps on a tank of fuel. They get a caution. They can pit. They can take everything. Will people go with them? Apologies. Who knows? They cannot go to the end
Oh,
right
the top
now.
lines are moving. The 43, Mark Day, looking to move with the treble zero, and just trying to get the movement made. Does Mark Day want to? It is happening. Stefan Lagerstedt and his team. Marcus Stromberg is moving. Does the 3-2-1 step out now? You have to step out if he needs to. Yeah, come on. You need to step out. No, he's going to let the 64 by. But their teammates need to work together. They need to make them line work. Oh, no. He needs to move up now. No, the 23 is pushing.
23 is pushing. And look at that push right there at the front. Beautiful push there. Mark Day back in the lead with Corbin Solomonson helping him out there. Lap car 64, Stromberg, 23 of Brian Boomsma. They have taken this. And you know what? The Turtles won't give a damn right now. They need to save fuel. In fact, actually, looking at it, I think a lot of people have to save fuel right now. If I'm actually honest, this is going to be a bit of fuel strategy going on here, because I'm just trying to look. They all pitted lap 158. That's going to be too tight. That's going to be way too tight there for some of these drivers. Turtles may still be with a chance here. It's just amazing, though. I cannot get over that. 2 cars pit on their own. Just pick up stragglers, leaves them for dust, and go on their own way and keep the lead. I mean, whatever happens to them, that's the move. That's the play of the day.
Oh, sorry, just to cut across. The Majors Euro Pros just had a big one. I thought it wouldn't happen, but it has happened. But thankfully, none of our drivers had a big one. Unfortunately, the Euro Pros did. With 42 laps to go, they have had another caution.
Top 17 are on the pack here. The top 17. We started with 41 drivers, and the top 17
Energy are
in
forming
this
back
pack.
up. Energy have gotten 3. Energy are starting to cut across again, but and Energy are now all 4 again.
Textbook.
Here we go. It is starting. Does Energy start to make the moves? They do have all the band back together. The band are back together. You can see them on your screen, center stage. Do they make the moves? They see the Turtles. They're past halfway, the Turtles, on the inside, but they have to push. Keep pushing. Come on, lads. Keep pushing. You need to push it up there.
You need to push it up. What's amazing? What's amazing right now is you've got the lap cars in the front here. They're in their own battle for the lap cars. Jan Brony was leading the front pack, and you got Justin Klufov also leading this front pack as well. And then now using that to their advantage, Kenneth Reeder is also pushing by. They were trying to unlap themselves. Jan Brony's going to the high side, and that's just blocked off the NRGs. Mark Day continues to lead this, but it looks like Brian Boomsma, if it was at a line right now, has that lead. But this is all close. This is pretty scary at the moment, if I've got to be honest.
It's starting to... Oh, come on. Ooh. Oh, dearie me. No, he's had to let
No.
go.
This is all a bunch up here. The top side's been bunched up. They've been bunched up. They couldn't get that going, and you'll start to see the concertina effect. The top side had lost it a little bit, and now they're going to be losing. They're going to have to reposition, but with all those lap cars up high, if they want this, they'll have to go 3 wide. This is going to be precarious. 3 wide at the front. The field on lap 166. And the number 23 is making the move. Brian Boomsma, the 58. Tom Guest is doing it. The NRG boys are all going in the middle. 3 wide for the NRG boys, and they're pushing on. And all of a sudden, Brian Boomsma has to lead. Tom Guest, is trying to get P2. He can't. And that 3 wide has just stopped a little bit. What a push. And now Tom Guest finally gets ahead. Just the NRG boys. Do they shuffle forward, all 4 of them? Remember what happened to the Bright Esports? They tried this. It did not work. I think the NRG boys have got 3. Mark Day's been touched. He keeps it alive.
No!
He comes back up. And now there's more contact from the 000 and the 34. They're going to be coming back onto the apron. Sliding. They're still going. It's still green. Give a round of applause for saving that, all 3 of them. That's a good save. And there's the caution. We got Karen Martin spun around, Rob. Karen Martin got spun around.
Oh, we have the replay, and we are looking at it right now. What happened to Karam? Oh, the force, he went... What? He spun on his own.
No, he got tapped. He got tapped.
No, he didn't.
On my screen, he got tapped.
Nowhere close. Look. He went by him.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, he did. But I don't think he caused the caution.
Like, yeah, he just...
Woo!
No, he definitely did. He was... He went backwards. Yeah, he was in the middle of the road. It's definitely a caution.
Well, can we just say we had 4 guys go under the apron with contact, and they all saved it, even coming back onto the track from the corner. What a save! What a save by all of them.
I do think it was Marin that caused that caution. I think he just lost control and just went. He's in the middle of the track. Where can he go?
Yeah, so. Right. You know what this means, though, don't you?
I would have said this is very bad for the Turtles.
No, I mean just in general.
It means that we go to the end.
Everybody takes some fuel. We'll be going to the end. Exactly.
Yeah, but it's the worst possibility for them. They would have had to have that caution come out earlier.
Well, we'll state.
I still think that they've actually...
Ryan Luca, right. Okay, Ryan Luca's in P7, right?
Right.
You've got Karen Marin down in P20th right now.
Yeah.
There is nothing stopping Ryan Luca just staying in his pit box and waiting for Karen. Even if they're at the back of the field. Even at the back of the field, they could wait together and push on. So... it's strategy for the Turtles. It's going to be strategy now for all the teams. Because, Rob, look who stayed out.
The 3 surviving NRG members, yeah.
3 surviving NRG members, 3 Bright Esports.
Yeah, and the 3 Bright Esports. So now it's a showdown between them. I really don't think that the Turtles can do it. Because they'd have to go through. You know.
No, I tell you what, this is now down to can NRG and can Bright Esport, can they hold on? I mean, like Sam said, he's not convinced that the Turtles can make it without another spot, but they just had that yellow and they just came into the pits. So they can go to the end. They can go to the end, pitting at lap 168. Guys pitting lap 158 can go to the end. Stefan Lagerstedt is going to be the tightest person right now. But if it goes to a green-white checker, everything changes. That's all I'm saying. Everything changes.
I'm still not convinced it'll go to GWC.
Who knows, Rob? This is Daytona we're talking about here. We're on lap 169. When we get to the final 10 laps of this squeaky bum time, we'll have to see what happens. And also, Karen Marin, is that my overlay deceiving me? It is. It said he was still in the pits. I was like, he's been in the pits for a long time, but no, it's my overlay deceiving me. He's down in P18th. His teammate, Glenn Luca, is actually in P19th. I told you one of them would wait in the pits for the other. Like, let's rule them out. Let's rule them out. If they get the mother of all pushes, who knows? But out of everybody here at the moment, everybody from Glenn Luca down, so we're looking at Mike Gaunt, Brad Walsh, Hackers Schlott, Hagstrom, Stefan Wang, all those guys, they can go to the end. These guys in front, if it does, I know you're saying it won't. I hope it doesn't. They're going to be a little bit struggling, if I do say so. And yes, Michael, what a save, what a save, what a save. And now I've been disabled for 3 seconds.
Yes. Boomsma leads the group with Tom Guest, the car 58, in second. And lining up beside them will be the car 3 of Garen Batten and the car number 292 of Alexander J. Ollison, Stefan Lagerstedt, and Marcus Stromberg will round out the top 6. And that is what we're focusing on for the last, hopefully the last caution start. As they come around once again, it will be Barney with his L green flag. There he is, look, holding out that green flag. And here come the drivers. And for hopefully the final time, we're back to green flag racing. As the cars all form up and get back to it and try to win, well, for their team at least, the Daytona 500.
You can start to see the NRG boys are trying to make a pack here, a pack of 3, but at the same time, what's behind them? It's the Bright Esports. They're doing the same thing. And oh, hang on, is that Sean Brown all of a sudden? Is that HW Racing trying to do the exact same thing? You bet your bottom dollar it is. Vegas there on his own as well. I don't think there's anything that he can do. Can Alex do anything there? He's also a Bright Esports driver, though. He's going to be pushing on as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bright Esports drivers there. 2 HWs, 3 NRGs, and 1 just straddling a little bit behind. I also see a turtle just behind the NRGs, Rob. So never say never. In fact, actually, in between both turtles is the 101 of Hack and Shot. So never say never. We can now hear the Hanson brothers on the high side. This high side is pushing. The NRG boys, if that's the 058 of Conguest, he would be wise to get ahead, dive straight in front of his teammates, and just leave the Bright Esports out to push for themselves. That may happen.
No, because what he can do is he can be the cork in the bottle as such. He can hold up the top line.
I mean, if you saw what happened to Vettel today, there is no cork in the bottle. It's just frozen on. That's
what happened to Vettel today?
He came second in the race of champions, and they never had the cork ready to unpop on the champagne. So he couldn't uncork the champagne. He then smashed it against the side of the car to try and open it, and then he just decided nothing was happening. He just threw snow in the air instead of champagne.
Yes. The Vettel is my hero. But look, as myself and Stuart Adler would say, Stuart Adler agrees with me. You hold up that top line. You see, look, on board with Conguest right now. He sees NRG to his right, to his left. He keeps it there. He's fine. He should be fine, at least. That's all he needs to do.
Should do. And you know what? This is working. This is right where they want to be. This is what they probably wanted to try and do earlier in the race. The Bright Esports guys cannot go forward. It's too early to go 3 wide. If they want to go 3 wide, they can. It's a really interesting decision here. Really interesting moves happening. But you just look. How many teams do we see in this whole big pack here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count 6 teams with 2 or more drivers together in this front pack. That's crazy. And all of a sudden, yeah, you've called it. That top line is getting held up. All of a sudden, Tom Guest is literally playing the mind games.
He has to. He's got no other choice, because if he gets pushed, if we're looking at now, if he continues to get pushed forward.
Rack! We got one in the wall! Sorry! One in the wall, and that looked like it was Sean Brown just getting caught out there. Yeah, Sean Brown, the 487.
No caution.
The 487, Daniel Blomqvist.
Still green flag racing.
Oh, and that with a bad one. They both went into the wall. I think Brown can keep going. Blomqvist managed to get away quickly, but still going. And all of a sudden, I can't work out where the line is, Rob, because the bottom line's disappeared. Look at it at the front. Where's that bottom line?
The bottom line is now reforming, Your Honor. Give it a minute. The problem is now, right? Tom Guest has gone too far back. He now needs to push it forward. He held up. He held it up for too long, and then it couldn't get back on the gas as quickly as he wanted. He's meant to be where the car 292 is. He's back here with the car 64. Another car for 64. He's cleared him. It's all been split. And now look what's going to happen. The Glacio boys are going to go up onto the higher line. It's just going to be like that.
The Bright Esport guys, do they go high? That is the question. The 321 of Stefan Langerstedt is the front guy, and you can start to see, I think NRG realizes that, look at it, they're trying to go to the high side because they know there's teammates there. Here comes Tom Guest again with a bunch of different drivers. Now that is the number 83. That's the 83, sorry, of Aaron Gearing. The 43 of Mark Day. The 8 of Brad Walsh. The 14 of Vegert. Is he just going to take this? I mean, he's getting pushed all the way. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. He's getting pushed all the way. Wow.
He needs to hold it up tactically. He needs to basically use the boost where he can to save fuel, and then hold the top line as much as possible.
Then this is interesting. This is interesting. Apparently, they're hitting the brakes. They're hitting the brakes on the top line. He's hitting the brakes.
Ooh. Well, he kind of has to hold up the line as much as possible. Because look at this. This 83 is clear.
He's got no choice. He's been forced to. He's been forced to. They played their card. They played the NRG card. He has told them, get in front or we're pushing you in front. And that's what's happened right now. And all of a sudden, straight away, Mark Gaston, that's a late block. That's a late block, and that was almost going to be buried. Woo, that was too late. That could have been nasty. And all at the front, all of a sudden, number 8, Brad Walsh, he's got to run. He's going to be using a lot of people here to help him. On lap 178, it's all going to plan. The back of this pack, by the way, is the Turtles. Don't count them out. Brad Walsh is now on his own. Unless the 000 Corbin Solomonson, a lap car, can help him. I don't know if he can. But all of a sudden, Tom Guest is the leader with Aaron Gearing right behind him.
Okay, so I'm looking at it now. We can see that if we go backwards a bit, car number 23, that's Boomsma, right? He's actually the middle pack is held by the 2 NRG drivers, but what happens is they've already lost the cat's out of the bag because Tom Guest is all the way ahead, and he's all alone. It's every driver for himself at this point.
It really is every driver, yeah.
Because his teammates can't help him. What are his teammates going to do? Well, the car 34 could come up, but he could come up over the fact that he's just got to bring in 4 other cars. It's not going to be a clean slate, as it were.
No, and it's still too early to make a deciding move. But with the way everything is spread out at the moment, you've got no teams helping their teammates at the moment. You've got an NRG guy, yes, at the top, pushing a lap car and a Grizzly TFR Motorsport driver. At the bottom line, you've got an NRG guy getting pushed by Aaron Gearing and then a Bright Esports driver, Alex Vegert. It's all mixed up here. In fact, Corbin Solomonson
that was a wobble there from the 000. The 000 is not even in this race right now.
No, but look behind him. It's his teammate, the Hanson brothers' teammates there. He's got right behind, a couple cars behind him there, the 21 of Mike Gaunt, and of course right behind him, I believe that is who is that behind him? I can't see it at the moment. It's Stefan Langerstedt, isn't it? Sorry, the 084, sorry, Colin Marzov, yeah. So they got to hold on to this. I gotta say this, Rob, we may see a free wide. We're on lap 180, coming down to lap 181. That top line has just lost it now because Brad Walsh got to the front and just decided, I'm taking control.
Brad Walsh now leading this race. And not only leading this race, it's now become ever imperative that not only has this led to a disaster for the NRG boys, they're split. Look how split they are. They're split by half a second. They're corked up in a bottle of their own. The 000 has now given them a taste of their own medicine.
Feels like, doesn't it? Very interesting, because look at how that top line is just not progressing anymore.
Yeah, the top line is extremely corked up.
Now, is that because Solomonson's got damage and he cannot lead he cannot lead a line? And at the same time, he cannot lead a line. That's going to be an issue. And here we go. You've got an NRG driver right there. I believe that is Brian Boomsma coming up ahead. He is indeed.
Yeah, he's clear.
He's going to be leading the pack.
He's clear, but he's 3 car lengths away. He needs to push up.
He needs help.
He needs to push up. Yeah, exactly. But the car number 34 of Edward Shelley He's not there. He's stuck in between a lapped car.
Ooh, a little bit of a touch there onto the 43 of Mark Day.
And just came up.
The 14 came up because he's got to make a counter move here. He needs to make the counter move. He knows that if Brian Boomsman gets to the front, his teammate Tom Guest in second is going to go to the high side. He wants to stop that. He wants to take control of the top line and push forward. He's on his own prerogative right now.
Ooh,
And just look at that. Look at that. Brad Walsh has just decided, go for it. He's going to take control of the top line. He's gone for the block. He's taking control of the top line. He may lose out here. Can at the 58 of Tom Guest take that? It's going to be close. I love this right now. This is the racing we wanted.
If only the real life cars will be able to hold up. I mean, I'm hoping they do, but simulator is one thing. The real world tends to provide some very that's the
Getting tight.
Yeah, it is getting very tight. You know, the vice is tight. As Bottom Split would say, it's tight.
Vice is tight. I just heard Vega say he's going to work with Brad Walsh for a while. Who would have thought to see that? Bright Esports, Grizzly TFR working together. They're trying to work together because they know they have to get ahead. And all of a sudden, it's looking bad in the middle of this pack. Oh my word. You've got the Bright Esports on the bottom. The NRG trying to take the top. Turtles trying to take the top. Oh my, no, it's not the Turtles, sorry, it's the Hanson brothers. Oh my word. This is getting very tight at the back of this lead pack. But look how far the top three are going. The top three, look how far they are.
Yeah, they're pushing along. Brad Walsh caught them napping, and Brad Walsh said, "Come with me, all ye, you know, men of NASCAR. If you want to live forever, follow me." And here we go. They followed him, and now, oh, well, I do say that. Here comes Tom Guest with Brian Boomsman.
Yeah, Aaron Gearing there as well. Oh my god.
And the phone's going off, and the phone's going wild. He's gotten the deal. The deal is, can Tom Guest make the move, and can Brian Boomsman push up as far as he can? That's the car. No, it's all gone wrong. Oh no, that's the car 3. The car 3 is all the way around. It's all gone wrong. Here it is from the sky. You could just see what happened to poor Garen Batten. The car at 000 came onto his inside, and it just didn't work. One small tap.
Heartache.
Bang! And it's split. Oh, and there goes the turtle.
The turtle went? No. And a little bit of a tap there. There was a little bit of overlap. And oh, yep. Tried to stay out of it. They could not stay out of it. Okay, everybody. Let's calm it down for a little bit here. Because it's going to get crazy.
I mean we're still ahead of GSRC.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Look,
it's...
I'm just being facetious, okay?
I know. I'm just saying, like, let's everybody just breathe. I mean, that was one. How that did not cause problems and cause a big one, I'll never know.
The flappy things. I mean, they kind of kept the car very glued to the ground.
Yeah, true.
Also, by the way, I am actually seeing another thing as well. Is that our split is not the only split that's doing the teamwork thing, because there's in the pros right now, the car 42 of Conway is trying to. Well, he's only got 17 laps to go. He's got to have a pace of a second better than the lead group, but they're trying to do the exact same thing these guys are doing.
So, is anybody here pitting? No, because they don't need to anymore. Very interesting decision. We're going to be going green with about 11 to go. Some of the drivers here have gone to the pits. Marin, Gaunt, Stromberg, Malzov, Kruger, Glenn Luca Kolek, Thomas Peterson, Hacken Schott have come in to the pit. That is tactics, because they are looking forward for a little bit of pace. I mean, I don't know about you, but I needed that, because this is a breather I think we both needed. Wow.
Yeah, because
Rob, we always say with 20 to go, 50 to go, people start to get a little bit racy. They want to start making moves. They want to, push forward, and you're going to get these wrecks where somebody is just thinking that they can make a gap, or there's not a gap, and it just gets a little bit tight. Remember, they've been racing now for 2 hours and 47 minutes. That's a long time. It's still quite a short Daytona in terms of iRacing standards. I don't think I've had that before. I'm trying to think right now. Have I ever had a Daytona less than 3 hours? No, they're not going to be less than 3 hours. It's going to take more than it's what 14 laps to go. It's going to go over the 3 hour mark regardless. But the pace today has been fantastic.
And it points out as well, a good thing as well is that it is going to be down to the wire for a lot of these drivers, because a lot of them got shuffled out. This is literally it. It's make or break time for all of them.
It's squeaky bum time, but we'll wait and see. I don't know how many cars we've got on a lead lap right now is the question. I think we're looking now at... My thing is saying 16.
20. Yambroni's the first car that's not on the lead lap.
Yeah. So that'd be 19 because he's 20th at the moment. So, yeah. 19 cars then on the lead lap. Yeah, 19 cars. There we go.
And so, with 12 laps to go, NRG not only got shuffled out of position, the caution came out at the exact wrong time for them, because the leading four are all cars that are fighting for their own turf. They have no support. They have nothing to gain from leaning on a teammate. They have to lean on their own skill, and that will be Brad Walsh, Aaron Gearing, Alex Raidillon, Mark Day, and then the rest behind them are all teams that are ready to chomp at their feet. Will the independents get it, or will the teams strike back? It is the Rebel Alliance versus the Star Wars people, in their Death Star.
What? What?
I know it's the Empire. Don't worry. It is the Rebels versus the Empire. Will the Sith strike back, or will the Empire strike back as they come around for the... Okay, I will say this again. Hopefully the final time. Somebody's blinking hella hard. And that is green flag racing. Brad Walsh leading the group off, and he gets a good start. But the Rebel Alliance... Oh, that was a sharp cut down there from one of the glaciers in the black and red car, just in front of the rear of the two NRG cars, as they come back around, back up with Aaron Gearing and Brad Walsh. Aaron Gearing going around the outside of Brad Walsh. Brad Walsh being left in the dust, just couldn't get the grip and didn't have the push from the rear. Alex Raidillon and Aaron Gearing are trying to run away, and Brad Walsh is sacrificing himself right now because there's nothing he can do. He's trying to hold up one line. Oh no! It's the car 43.
Big one! Oh, he's held it! What?
He's held it!
What?
He held it! How? How did Mark Day hold it? Let's have a replay of that very quickly. How on earth did he hold that?
What?
Oh. Yeah, how? Don't question it, because what we need to question is...
There's a wreck, the 43! He's just got caught in a wreck here! And he's got caught in a wreck, and I think he just got tapped! Oh, he got brought up! Mark Booms, that was the 23 of Brian Boomsma, just went up a little bit. Just went up, did they both come down on each other? It's hard to tell. Wow!
Oh, Boomsma, what was that?
Wow, but that whole... I'm clipping that, by the way.
Ooh, that was a big old...
I still can't get over Mark Day making that save.
I don't know what was Boomsma trying to slow down?
I'm not entirely sure. But that Mark Day save, I just can't believe it.
No, Boomsman, you're not gonna make that. You just killed somebody. Yeah, he just slammed right back on the track. Oh, Boomsman. Oh, I hate to call it, but he should have been slowing down much faster than he did. He didn't seem like he was braking at all. Ten laps to go. With
Oh, my microphone was muted.
yeah, your microphone. Was muted.
Like I said, that unfortunately is going into the iRacing clips for Mark Day, because how he saved that, I will never know. That should have been a wreck. The moment he went sideways, that should have been a wreck.
Yeah, I don't know how. He always seems to be the luckiest man alive, but unfortunately, luck ran out because he got hit again. I don't know how that hit started though. That was the question I had.
But what got me right was the hit was so fierce on my replay. It showed him with no hood. He had no right to save that with that much impact. If that was the case.
Oh yeah.
Did he still have a hood?
No, he didn't have a hood on my screen either. For me, at least.
So,
anyway. So
yeah.
he definitely gave him a right old whack.
Gave him a good old whack, old chap, ain't it? Ain't it?
Stop at you.
Okay, that's fine. So, this is... I'm just trying to see what we've got now at the front of the field. We have got Aaron Gearing for No Emissions Esports. We've got Alex Vegert for Bright Esports. We have got Brad Walsh for Grizzly TFR. Alexander Alisson for Bright Esports as well. And you've got Tom Guest. And guess what Tom Guest did? NRG Racing. He's still there. Karen Marin for the Turtles. Justin Krufhoff. Stefan Langerstedt. Glanluca Colegi. Cogelli. The Turtles, Rob. The Turtles. The Turtles!
Where are the Turtles? They're ninth, aren't they? Well, one of them is ninth.
That's the point. So, yeah, the Turtles, they can do it. I'm not saying they will, but they could.
To be honest, right? He's where's the other turtle? Where is Karam? He's sixth. Technically, it is possible. However, they'd have to join up, and it'll be 7 laps worth of a sprint to the end. And they'd have to make
6 laps. It'd be 6 laps, won't it?
Yeah, it'd be 6 laps.
That is going to be a very hard push. Everybody going on. You can see what's going. Oh man, I think it's time to say throw teamwork out the window.
Every man for himself.
Every man for himself. Every man or woman for themselves. I'm getting excited. This is fantastic.
I'm concerned.
All I'm saying is, I'm glad it's not me. And I'm going to be doing this in a couple of weeks. I'm glad it's not me right now.
Oh yeah, you are going to be doing this on Caboose. You're actually doing the actual Daytona 500.
I will be doing... I like running one of the splits of the Daytona 500, if I'm brutally honest. So I like Speedway Week. I do like super speedways. It used to be my bread and butter on oval iRacing when I used to be doing a lot of oval racing, but not been my thing for a while. Can't wait to try the new next-gen cars out, and what these guys have given me is a treat. A damn good treat. We're going to be starting lap 194. Aaron Gearing will lead them off with Alex Vega to his side. If you thought about teamwork, forget about it. This now is the real battle. I expect another caution. It is going to be like that. There's going to be another caution, or we're going to get a wreck during the white flag. Aaron Gearing leads them off. It's green, green, green. And let's see who's going to get any push. The 321 is trying to get a push on the 212 at the back, and he's starting to lose time there. You start to see the top 6 are now starting to make a move. The 46 there. Oh, Justin Kruphoff is also trying to. That top line has now moved. It is Right Esports drivers. Alex Vega and the 292 Alex Litson making moves. There is nothing yet. Oh, this is so close.
It's close. But they have another 6 laps. It's not going to be the walk in the park that many of them would want to have, because the 212 is under threat from everybody around them, because everybody is kind of like, no, we want our team to win, and no, we want our team to win, and no, we want our person to win. Unfortunately, that probably will be the shot in the dark.
Oh, it's free wide! Free wide! That was a very questionable move up the top there from the 8th there of Brad Walsh. And all of a sudden, he just got a little bit dicey. The 321 just tried to go high and then goes low. And then free wide in the back. And I think Brad Walsh is in the wall. Brad Walsh is in the wall, but he's held onto it. He's held onto it pretty well, and so is the others. And they're a little bit bunched up near the back of this pack right now. And Brad Walsh is getting cycled down at the front.
Yeah.
And it's still the Alex Vega show.
And what's even worse with that is that as he cycled out, it's now literally impossible for him to challenge for the lead, who's being led, as you can get the scoreboard of Weggert, Olsen, Gearing, Walsh, Martin, Guest, Lagerstedt, Kitov, Peterson, I can't pronounce that last name, number 19.
Kolegi, but anyway, speaking of Kolegi, look who's making the push, Rob! Here come those turtles! And they're making a push, and they've been held up from the 83 of Aaron Gearing! And this 2-car pack of the turtles just got put right back in their shells. Can they make another push? I don't know. This front is not making changes. We're about to start lap 1. No, we're on lap 96. Sorry, we just hit the bus stop. Can these turtles make a move? I'll tell you what, that there at the back of the field, when Aaron Gearing came up, they really hindered them. And another car is now trying to get on front of them, and they held them up again. And Gearing wants to take it free into the wall. We got a wreck of the field. It's the turtles. They're still green flag racing, though.
The turtles just got ejected, and it's what's even worse is they don't have the caution.
Caution! Now it's caution!
Now it's a caution.
Now it's a caution. I think because they drove back up the track. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, and that was just... Again, I don't like calling things, but you've got to ask yourself, why take it free there?
No, I tell you
why take it free?
I tell you why. We're going to go on board with Miss Corey Ambroni. Tell me what's wrong here.
Oh, no.
That's the car 23. Boomsma again.
Wow.
Did not hold his brakes at all. No! Yeah, you can just see how quickly it happens.
I don't know if he could have held the brakes there, if I'm brutally honest. Oh, I don't...
I think he did actually hold his brakes.
Yeah. It's a tough one to know from the speeds when you're going
there. Go on board, actually.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, it would not be a bad idea. Did he hold his brake? I can't actually see it, unfortunately, so I can't give that insight on my end. We're just going to have to hear it from Rob here.
I would have said the fact that this incident took place, it took away so quickly. The problem is,
it all started though by someone trying to go free wide.
Yeah, and the problem is, right, at this point here, the smoke should have alerted you to something, but they just didn't slow down. And Brony,
because there's no, yeah, but Rob, because there's no caution, people are going to go flat out. I mean, we can have that gripe. I can have my gripe that people, you know, it's the same thing on road racing. If you don't see if you see smoke, you really should be prepared to check up. Nobody called a wreck. It started out as just 2 guys going off, and it just caused a chain reaction. just two guys going off caused a huge chain reaction there.
Now I think this is grounds for
Green-white-checkered.
Yeah, it is green-white-checkered. And the lads over at GSRC just had a caution, and that has pulled out the green-white-checkered. And they've had the exact same issue where the group just bunches up and then it instantly causes an issue. By the way, 40 people, or 39 people, close enough to 40, have tuned in to the split here for the Euro Sportsman. Pleasure, as always, is ours for you watching. Thank you very much to all of you for watching. It's our pleasure to bring you this split, and as well as which we are trying our very damnedest to keep the action ongoing. Car 14, the car number 292, are looking to be the what's this? Are they called the Glacials?
No, Bright Esports. Now, what it is, you've got Bright, you've got the guys called Bright Esports, and then you've got Marcus Stromberg, who is Bright Esports by Glacial, which I think is a separate sponsor or something. But they are all Bright Esports.
Okay, so
and while Vega does not have the same color, it's still the same car.
Oh, so they actually are teammates.
Oh. They are teammates. Sorry, I just heard what Hagstrom said to everybody as we get ready for the green-white-checkered. He said, "Look, guys, it was a good race. It's been fun. Let's not mess this up." And I say that using PG words.
Yes.
And I think that is I think
words to live
what everyone's saying.
Words to live by.
We are going to see everybody just stay together. We only have 2 green-white-checkers. We're going to have to see everybody just go together. We get round that first lap. When the white flag goes, expect chaos. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not even going to bring up the scoreboard. It's just going to be this, because I need to see everything about this race in this race event, right? Because no matter what happens, this has been a great race, and it's probably one of my favorite so far this year, actually, that I've broadcast.
It's been one of my favorite from ages.
And I'll sneak this in. I did do commentary for Williams Esports yesterday, so I was happy.
Here he goes.
Yeah. Look, I can brag every once in a while, all right?
You can brag every once in a while. You've got every right to brag about that. Do not worry. But I think
it's
now
weird seeing the Williams logo and then your name right beside it. So,
Anyway,
now
you should get on a badge. Right, we're getting ready, Rob.
Yeah,
we are not going to mooncar this. We are not going to mooncar this, ladies and gentlemen. Even though my voice can probably go as high as mooncar. In fact, tweet that out. I can go higher than mooncar.
And by the way, Rachel Williams, $4.99. Thank you very much. Saying that iRacing shouldn't sell shot collars for those who don't lift when they see smoke. If they don't learn from that. Oh, I see. Well, I can't say the rest of it, but I can safely say thank you very much. So we get back to green flag racing for one of 2 green-white-checkers here at Daytona 500 for the Euro Sportsman, and Alex Rowdy is already trying to run away like the scared cat he has to be, unfortunately, because there's so many roaring engines right behind him, and there's so many roaring engines and so many roaring passions of drivers wanting to win this thing. They want to be able to get up there and get past and get into the history books as the winner of the Daytona 500 for the round 2 of the 2022. We're riding on board now. That's going to be Alexander Olsen clipping ahead. The car number 282 coming around, and that's going 3 and 4. As he comes around, he'll have to deal with Alex Rowdy working on the inside, coming around at 3 and 4. And that's going to be Tom Guest on a 058 calling it now. We're going to see an absolute 3-way battle between these two drivers as they come around at the 3 and 4. It will be a green flag all the way through to the end. There won't be another green-white-checkered as they get around. There's going to be 12 cars in this group. 12 cars in this group going to be absolutely crossing the line right now as they come across the green flag. It is going to be white flag. The final lap as Justin Kurtov is trying to get in that group as well. The bottom line is pushing. The car number 14 is absolutely getting ahead. The car number 14, what can he do? He has to just hold on for dear life.
He's holding on.
He has a hold on for dear
He's
life.
holding on, Rob.
The car number 292.
Look at the NRG! The NRGs, guys! Look at the NRGs right now making the push! It's gonna be Bright versus NRG! Vegas held it onto this for so long! Here comes the push from the NRGs! And you've got the 58 of Tom Guest leading the fray! He's gonna go to the bottom, he's gonna block it! And here comes Gary Button! Button takes the lead! He's got the lead! A little touch at the bottom! We got a shoot track! Button's in the wall! Button's in the wall! It's gonna be the night! 292! Alexander J.G. Olison out of nowhere with a finish. He wins the 2022 Daytona 500 for the Major Series.
The car number 292, Alexander J. Olson, out of absolutely nowhere. And I'll tell you what happened. Look at this. Look at what he did. Out of absolutely nowhere. With the wreck happening around him, and the gates opened. The pearly gates of heaven opened and said, "Come on through the car number 292. You shall come through."
Rob, it's time. It's time. First and foremost. Oh, he could have pushed them, guys. He decided not to push anybody. Alexander, burn it down. You just won the Daytona 500. Here he comes on the grass, and the groundsman is not going to be happy.
Oh, he's doing the donuts.
Yeah.
Keep bringing it in, that's the thing.
What a finish. What a finish. And everybody's like, look, everybody's trying to help these guys get by. They're not. Look at that. They're just getting by. You've got Kyle Aspie, Rob. He needs help. Kyle Aspie needs help. Anybody want to push Kyle Aspie?
Anybody want to push? Oh, they are. They're just. I saw them on the cameras up there. Aspie's stuck there. That is actually him. He wants to get across.
Yeah, there we go. Michael Hogg's going to let him by. Corbin Solomonson's got nobody. He's on an angle as well. He can't move. Solomonson's going to be stayed there, and Michael Hogg is going to get
crossed
this.
the line.
Well done, Michael. Well done, Michael.
Across the line. I do actually want to get the replay of just the donuts, because I'm pretty sure Alexander Olson, just like us in the booth, could not believe our eyes when we saw what had happened, where he just takes the lead, and from absolutely nowhere takes that lead as well. Because I'm gobsmacked more than anything else.
That was out of
Absolutely
nowhere.
gobsmacked. Yeah.
Out of nowhere. I thought it was going to be an NRG. It was going to be an NRG 1-2-3, and just a little bit of movement there at the end just caused that to happen. And you look back at it. Was that a little tap there from Alyson? Probably a bit too much of a tap there on the back. It was. What caused the wreck elsewhere? I think it was the 14. Yeah, the 14 was too fast on the 058. He had a little bit of a move as well. That's what happened there. That is such a shame. But Alexander Alyson, just out of nowhere, makes the right move, has that run, and just takes it to the finish line. What a finish.
Okay, this time we will start actually from the reverse. The car number 40, the car 41st is poor Boris. Unfortunately, had to retire early. We saw what happened to him at the disconnect. Just not. I don't think he just had a great start and then just couldn't get it all sorted out. So he'll be in 41st position. Then from there, it is going to be the cars, unfortunately, that did retire. White in the car 119, Haynes in 39th, Morrow in 38th, Kruger in 37th, Swallow in 33rd, Clist in 35th, Wong in 34th, 33rd is going to be Schutt in Andy Banfield in 32nd, 10 laps down. These are actually the guys that actually are starting to get to the places where they were. I think some of them were actually still going. Wong was definitely still on track. He actually crossed the line. Thomas in 31st. We get to Matt Hogg. Mark Day. Shelley in 28th. Brandon Klugen 27th. 26th is Eddie Feek. 25th was Brian Boomsman. You can just tell how far down he actually got shuffled. And all of that kind of thing. And then Patrick Neese in 24th. In 23rd, Corbin Solomonson in 22nd. I think that's Daniel Holmer. It is Daniel Holmer.
Daniel Homer,
A Reader in 21st. Then 20th is Norton Blomqvist in 19th, a lap down, and then Aspie a lap down. Aspie is actually the last car the first car to be a lap down. The last car to not be a lap down was actually Jan Brony. Fair play to him. Stromberg in 16th and 15th was Krutov. 14th was Sean Brown. 13th was Karen Martin, one of the Turtles, unfortunately. His fellow Turtle, the car number 19 of Jan Luca, was in 12th. Marzov in 11th. And then we get to the top 10. Mike Gaunt in 10th position. In 9th is going to be Peterson. That is going to be a good result from him. I think he's gained, according to my sheet, he gained 22 positions on that race. Wegert in 8th, Walsh in 7th, Lagerstedt in 6th in the car 3-2-1. Then we get to the top 5 of Aaron Gearing, Michael Hagström, Garen Batten, Tom Guest, and out of nowhere, Olsen in 1st, the car number 292 on your screens, who, for however he managed to do it, and I will replay for this for you again just to show you the sheer craziness of how he managed to just open up the taps, come all the way through, pass, and win the Daytona 500 for the Major Series.
Well, let's bring him in quickly.
Yeah,
because
let's bring him in.
Alex Ellison,
Hi.
Daytona 500 champion. How does it sound? How does that feel?
It feels amazing, man. It's my first time. So yeah, and started 33. So yeah, it feels amazing.
Talk us through that finish, because it looked very chaotic in the final lap. And then you were able to find a gap. The seas parted, and you were able to find a gap to just drive on for the win.
Yeah, I just sent it. You know, I have to look at the replay because it was just chaos.
Were you hoping for your team to help you? Because a lot of drivers had their teammates. You had a lot of your drivers at the start, but it looked like you had no help at the end from your team.
Yeah, I mean, we started last pace the last restart. We were 1 and 2, but then I had such a bad run, so yeah, I was just soloing it.
Now, this is your first taste of the Daytona. Are you going to be doing more Daytona?
For sure, yes.
That's the word I want to see. Rob, I don't know if you've got anything to ask, Rob.
Apart from how does it feel, but before already answered that, you said it was brilliant. But more than anything else, is there any thanks or shout outs that you'd like to give for your win?
Yeah, of course, I want to thank my sponsors, Trash Car Customers, Boxbollen, GV, Photopix, Umami.se, Enemy Hardware, Glacial Bottles, and Picked Last Sweden.
And you can safely say to our Swedish brethren out there, have a nice evening. I don't know if they like snow though. But thank you very much, Alex Olsen, and once again, a heartfelt congratulations on you winning the Daytona 500.
Thank you so much.
I am going to actually bring in Garen Batten. I hate to say it, but it was just the worst luck for. I'm assuming TSG is Tom Guest.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring him in.
Yeah,
let's bring him in.
Let's bring Tom at the same time. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Hang on, let me do it. I got it. There we go. Now, Tom Guest and Garen, the both of you, I'd say probably are thinking to yourselves, what on earth happened? We had it in the bag, and then the seas parted, and out from the middle came a car that didn't look like yours. I know it's only sad commiserations, but you definitely did very well out there. Just what happened? Did it just sort of take place, and both of you were sort of caught out of left field, or
I think we sort of thought that we had it covered by going one inside, one outside, because we didn't care who took the win. But it's the last corner of Daytona 500. Sort of anything goes, and I know Alex got a little bit of a touch on the back of me, but that's fine. That's all part of the game at that stage. So I was just happy that when I hit the wall, it bounced me straight and still managed to get across in third. So pretty happy with that.
Yeah, especially given the fact that with how I think just sheer chaos at the end there with the final corner crash as usual for iRacing Daytona. I think everybody was just trying to cover 16 angles, and I think it was just 16 angles too much for everybody really, and it was just, did it all just feel like it all kicked off at that last few corners?
Well, I don't think it kicked off. I mean, we were lucky to have the two cars as close as we could, and when Garen got the run and popped to the outside and called me out, I thought we had it when he gave me that bump. But the bottom line had such a run that when we came out of 3-ish, 4, they were coming back on the inside. That's why I dropped down, to make sure that either one of us got it and the inside didn't take all of us. So yeah, I popped down, I had the room, and I was like, we both have a run now, the people are behind us, and we've got 500 yards to go. But he came through like a rocket, Alex, didn't he?
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, it was weird seeing, out of all of the race endings I've seen, I would have never, because we were so focused on the two Mustangs, that a Chevrolet just out of nowhere just explodes onto the scene saying hi, and just snatched it with 1/10 in it as well. That was the one thing as well. 1/10 between Alexander and yourself, Tom.
Oh,
so
yeah, well, yeah. I had to move down, or else I think we'd have lost third as well, because that bottom lane was really shunting off of 4. So I just went down to cover it, and yeah, it may have caused a bit of a mess, but hey, that was my first shot at an oval race. That wasn't bad.
Now, I'll ask one more question before I hand over to Craig. Now, we did see NRG really being sort of the main groupers, and what I mean by that was you guys tried, I think, 2 or 3 times to push up to the top altogether. It really didn't pay. It didn't really pave out the way you guys wanted it to, did it? Because there were several.
So what you're trying to say is that as a pack we failed miserably. Is that where you're headed with that?
I'm not.
He said it, not me.
Yeah, no.
You saw my question. He said it.
We did try it a couple of times, but we actually had it working there. The yellow with 15 to go, which was caused by me getting turned by a lapped car. Thanks for that. We actually had it working at that point, and we were pretty confident that if it had kept running green, we finally managed to unlock it.
Yeah, it was with about 15 laps to go when that yellow came out. That was a collective because we were in position. We were ready for it there. We were fueled and ready to go, 5-6 of us.
It sort of.
So,
well, I mean, it did at least sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, all come together in the end, but yeah, there were a few teething problems in the middle. Yeah, and as well as which, it was actually surprising because you guys pushed up and it seemed like you just about had it, and then the bottom line or the top line in either or case, would actually close in on you. I think that was very surprising. It was very surprising in the booth, having come from only the Gen 6 cars to the Gen 7s. How surprising was that for you guys in the actual cars themselves? Just how quickly the gap or the chance just ran away from you.
It did.
I think
Go on, Gary.
I think a couple of times where we thought we had it working, we'd run into lap traffic who, obviously the instruction for them was to go high, and so trying to work the outside line made it a bit difficult. So I think that happened a couple of times. I think the other thing to say, we might have had too many chefs in the kitchen a couple of times in terms of trying to decide what we were doing, and there was plenty of
high, low, high, low.
Plenty of voices on the radio talking over the top of each other, even though we had as a team a great spotter for today, who I can't thank enough.
Mark, brilliant. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, Mark, it was just superb work. So I think we kind of got in our own way there a couple of times, which obviously came across on the stream as well. But yeah.
I'll hand over to Craig. Yeah, Craig, do you have anything?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, they say nowadays that the high line's the faster line. Did you find there was a faster line out there today? Because I know both lines were pushing all the time, but did you find one line you felt a little bit faster? I know it's always a bit sketchy trying to push around when you're going the high side, but did you find that faster, or did you find the low side the faster side today?
Oh, the far side is higher without doubt, but when you're coming out of 2 and coming out of 4, it gets a touch loose, and you've got to be wary of the boys on the low line as well. If they wobble up a little bit, and if you're too high to the wall, you'll lose speed. And if you're too close, you're going to get net coded or smashed into. But the high line is definitely the line if you're without a doubt.
So really, I mean, before I go with your shout outs, our next race, March 13th, it's the Oran Park in the Legacy Supercars. So, I mean, to me, that's just like old version stock cars driving around a road track. Are you looking forward to that?
Well, I'm an Aussie, so I am, and I actually went to Oran Park before it closed, so that's how old I am. I'm really looking forward to it because I mean the supercars are a too bigger engine and not enough tyres, so it's good fun.
Yeah, I don't own a supercar yet. I'm looking forward to getting to grips with how to stop the back going first.
You've got a month to figure that one out.
you got a month. I must admit, I think that's just said that Garen's going to win the race. That's what he just said there.
No, that's totally not what's going to happen. But I'm going to have fun regardless.
Yeah.
Well, we're here for fun. At the end of the day, we are here for fun. So I'm just going to let you guys go. If you've got any shout-outs before we let you go for the evening.
Go. I'll go, mate. I've got shout out to TSG karting, to Collection Sim Sport, my team who I race with alongside NRG. Of course, all the NRG boys and the Forge boys for helping us through this week. A shout out to Modernised Racing and to all the Team 19 getting ready for the MTech. Thanks very much, boys.
Yeah, and also Ian Erasmus Photography for doing our liveries every time. NRG looks a little different every race, but always spectacular. So thanks to Ian for all his beautiful work on the liveries.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, Tom, Garen, unlucky there, just missing out the victory, but a P2 and a P3 in the Daytona 500. From someone that's had a P2, I know is still nothing to be upset about. Congratulations. Commiseration for that victory, of course. Congratulations. We will look forward to seeing you next month, and all the best, my friends.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, chaps.
Well, Rob, that's it.
I know.
That's it.
It's unfortunate, but it is it. That is the Daytona 500 from our perspective. And while it is the end for us here, we want to thank especially you guys for tuning in on us. The pleasure was all of ours, and from the chat messages and all these things, we were absolutely delighted to see that you guys enjoyed it as much as we did in the booth. But we are unfortunately having to close out. As always, if you liked what you see, consider giving the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Head to trackcamstudio.com for allowing us to use their cameras, and check them out at trackcamstudio.com if you want to pick up your own set of packages. Also, thanks to Dougie Beard from GSRC for allowing us to use cameras where provided. And of course, if you wish to see more camera angles like these, you can check out the Global Sim Racing channel, as they have plenty of nice races and plenty of action going on their side as well. Additional thanks to Craig King once again for stepping in as my co-commentator, and it's always been a blast toting up the races. And once again, thank you to the majors for bringing us back for another year of bonanzas and fun. But until Oran Park greets us once again, I have been Robert O'Brien.
And I have been Craig King.
And you have been listening and watching Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next time.